Hey everybody, it's Conscious Medium Brandon Ross, and I'm coming to you with a new segment. 'Tis the season, and in this case, 'tis the season for Aries season. This is a chance for us to take a look at what the upcoming astrology is going to be during this astrological sign. In this case, it's Aries. And then we're actually going to talk about each one of the signs as they reflect as we do a tarot card spread. I hope you come along with me on this. I have some new friends to introduce you to. So stay tuned. Here comes Aries season. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being part of my journey here. And whoa, before I leave, here I come back. Oh, that's just me touching everything here. Hey, I want to show you and introduce you to my friend. This is the Merkaba table. This is the table that, by the way, I've got a great story behind it. I actually use it for card spreads, and in this case, we're going to use it open for interpretation. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit of astrology right up front. And we're going to talk about how it's going to affect the different signs as we go along, as we do some card pulls. My good friends here today are going to be, and of course this is the bottom card right now, I'm going to show you the Magician, everybody. Welcome so much. Rider-Waite Tarot. Why not start with an old friend, right? Then we're going to go right around and we're going to talk about mind, body, and soul and spirit, kind of where our mental status is, where our physical status is, and then where our spiritual path is. Then we're going to have a call and answer, and then we're going to bring in our Gilded Tarot. Thank you very much, Gilded Tarot. Those of you that know this deck, it's a beautiful deck. There'll be a lot for us to show. I'll make sure that we see that right up front. And don't worry, I'm going to hold it right up in front of it. We'll get some close-ups as we go. Look at that beautiful Six of Wands. Am I talking water? By the way, you can see all my lights reflected right there. I'm a professional organization. We just haven't blossomed yet. And then we're also going to work with the magic of light. This is a great, great deck. It's a fantastic way of working with Oracle for this. And that's the type of thing that we're going to ask there at the end. What is this? What is the guidance of spirit? So we are, and then we're going to take each one of the signs as we go along. By the way, you guys are going to get the hang of this. There's a lot of great readers out there. I'm happy to be one of them. I'm going to reposition myself here. I hope I'm not in the way, but I do want to make sure I'm noticed. Leo rising. So we're going to go through each one of the signs. And first up, and by the way, because we're starting at the top of the astrological season, we're going to start with Aries, right? So it's a pretty kind of cool thing that we're going to do. We're going to go through each one of the signs. I am going to, timestamp these so that you can look it up quick. I really only care about my Cancer pants. I get it. You can go ahead and click below and go ahead and do that. As we get started, though, if you like how I teach, if you like how I kind of go about things with this, you would absolutely love some of the upcoming classes. At the time that I'm recording Aries season here for 2022, we have coming up the complete astrology class. We really break down, and really what you get a hold of as well is a complete guide for you to really take apart each chart that you ever read. And then it really kind of sizes up everything that you ever need to know. We take a look at everything like Lilith, and we take a look at the moon and how it really placates, our emotional sense throughout the year. And speaking of which, just at the top of the hour, I'm going to come back to full screen. I am going to pull up my notes here that are completely not open right now. And I'm going to click on two buttons and hopefully it'll come in. So, we're into Aries season. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you what that means. That means that we are going to have an Aries moon in full, or actually a new moon in Aries and a full moon actually in Libra. Right? So we've got a couple of astrological things that are going on that will affect certain signs in certain ways. Let's start at the top here. April 4th. And by the way, as you come in at the end of March, you kind of have all the planets not in retrograde. You're actually in great shape right now in terms of not retrograde, but it also means that the energy tends to be a little more intense. You've got Mars and Saturn conjunct with Aries, or with Aquarius rather. This is going to be a tougher time for Taurus, the natural enemy of Aries, Libra, the opposition, and then Capricorn, because Capricorn just likes to pick on everybody. Just saying. When the ram and the sea go dance, somebody's stepping on a hoof. So this is a little bit of a tough time for those signs in particular. That doesn't mean it's a piece of cake for everybody. But what the Mars and the Saturn does is that it really kind of questions what your foundation is. You really pick it apart. You're going to be a little bit on edge. You're going to be wanting to pull back the layers right now and say, I need to do this better. Am I doing the best I can? Is my foundation, is my home, is my structure? By the way, this is a great time to question government, local and beyond. It's also a great time for you to say, hey, I don't like that school board. I'm going to run next year. This is a time for you to get involved with your structure. You're going to be adamant about it, and you're going to really kind of push it. Now, if you're Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, you're naturally like that all the time anyways. So during this time, you might say, I'm going to take a breather here. Now, coming up also, you have a Jupiter and Neptune conjunction in Pisces. What this is the expansion of the dream, the expansion of where it is that we want to go from a spiritual nature, right? Are we headed towards a humanity of peace? Or do we continuously kind of bombard ourselves with the questions that really kind of have haunted us? Like, what is the evil that men do? Does it go on and on? Asked Bruce Dickinson. By the way, this happens in Pisces. And if my degrees are correct, it is the last time that this happened was in 1856. This exact same time frame. And guess what? That is when the peace treaty for the Crimean War. Remember that Crimean War thing that keeps coming up, say around Russia? Now, it's in the last degrees of Aquarius moving into Pisces. It was the last time that this happened at this exact same date. And the Treaty of Paris happened. And hence there was no more war on the Crimean Peninsula. By the way, Ukraine is part of the Crimean Peninsula. So if you want to kind of be hopeful and be positive, by the way, that's really the best way to be in my book. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment. Feel free to call me a fool. I'll comment back. I love constructive criticism because I actually want to get this right. So anytime you have feedback, whether it be positive or constructive, I'm going to pay attention to it. I'm sorry, trolls, if you have nothing on your content page and you want to lecture me about how I say, right, too much. Well, there's a saying from where I come from. GFY. The first word is go. The last word is yourself. I'm just saying I can take criticism like the best of them. Just make sure you're adding to the conversation and not trying to redirect into your own diatribe. I love good conversation. Speaking of good conversation, how about a full Libra moon? Well, this is really kind of spelling out everything that you need to do. And by the way, strike me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the pink moon. Go ahead, moon experts. Chime in below. I have good friends that are going to be joining me. They're much better experts than this. Can't wait to introduce you to Beth Segnali, who, by the way, is teaching parts of the class with me on the complete astrology. She's a moon expert. She's diving in. She's pretty fantastic. She could tell you all about how this is an 8 angle at 26 for Libra. It's going to happen on the 16th of April. This is a great way for you to really push and center your abundance, really push and center your balance for your spiritual self. It's all about the soul, everybody. It really is all about the soul. So those are a few things that we're going to bring up as we go along here of the effects that are really going to hit us hard, right? The things that are going to allow us, the parts of the planet, and by the way, there's so much more to it, But those are a couple of highlights that I want to bring up. I hope I'm kind of sort of into full screen. I hope I'm not going to get in the way. And first up, guys, we're going to talk about Aries. Thank you, Aries. Thank you, Aries season. Thank you for hosting us right here out of the gate. What a beautiful card. What a beautiful, beautiful card. So we're going to put Mr. Aries right here, right in the center of everything. And we're going to do a little shuffle up and deal. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Rider-Waite Tarot. I've been shuffling this for a while. It's all good. We're all going to kind of pull together. First, we're going to concentrate on the mind. Then we're going to move to the body. Then we're going to move to the soul. We're going to have a center spread into all of this. I'm kind of making it up as I go along, but I've been doing this for a while. And every time we do the spiritual work, we bring in our bright light. We do this work in light. We bring in our bright light to ask our guides to connect with one another as we ask for the messages to come through that we hope to receive. And we do this work in light, love, and laughter so we can become the best version of ourselves and all the work we were meant to do. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to do this work here today. This is what I'm meant to do for the greater good and the light of the world. So right out of the gate, I think this is more of a message for me to you. Get ready to see things a little bit differently. I do things a little bit differently. Here's the Hangman at the bottom of the deck right here for Aries. Let's see where we're going with this. Oh, I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. 4 of Pentacles comes out as our base card. Oh, let's hit it hard, my friends. The Devil. The Devil card comes out. Some serious Capricorn energy just diving right on top of this. Remember how I said like Capricorn don't really like the Aries? Well, this is the thing. All horned creatures, center stage. So right out of the gate, you got the 4 of Pentacles, and then you got the Devil card on top of this. You guys have been worried a little bit too much about your money and your monetary senses. I'm just going to tell you, it's time to start to kind of release that and start moving towards a spiritual nature, right? Let's get right into the mind part of this. Oh, I have a feeling. Oh, I got a feeling. Oh, get me to the church on time. There it is, 4 of Wands. Great celebration up there in that head of yours. At a minimum, you think you're doing everything right. At a minimum, you're rocking it out. And maybe it's because you have met that King of Wands, that strong, fiery energy. Oh, ho, ho. Any one of the fire signs, Aries. Listen, this is your male counterpart. This is your match. In your mind, you're stimulated. Congratulations on all the good news coming at you. We'll have a chance to answer that with the Gilded Tarot here in just a second. Let's talk about the body. Mind, body. 8 of Swords. What's the 8 of Swords? Well, this is a very intuitive card. A lot of people see the 8 of Swords and they think, well, she's kind of, what is this? Is she like, you know, is she in a boat? Is that Sandra Bullock? Look at that. Get right up on there. Is that Sandra Bullock? Is she like trying to guess where the birds are? Anyways. In your mind, the representation of the 8 of Swords really has a lot to do with your mind and your intuition. Trusting your gut. Don't let your eyes deceive you. Yeah, they're, you know, the lions are at the gate, so to speak. Yeah, so what? Maybe they're kind of maybe they're in the sense of like a little bit too much in your head. But this is a great time for you to physically begin to trust yourself. How about a little timing card here? Oh yeah. How about the Wheel of Fortune coming out here? Covering on top of that. What that says to me is that if it's time to really trust your intuition. And from a physical sense, maybe this is becoming a yogi. Maybe this is doing more breath work. Maybe this is actually getting back into your meditation routine. It's pretty fantastic if you ask me. Let's go to the spiritual side of things. Mind, body, soul. Here comes the spirit. How about you take the emotions out of it, Aries? You know, you're strong, fiery energy, and you can really argue with the best of them. But in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to sit down. I'm going to go ahead and say to you, listen, your brain is on overload. By the way, I love to call the King of Swords the Dad's Belt card. Because he's holding the sword, but he's not really swinging it now, is he? It's all about being mentally prepared to do whatever it is that it takes. And you've been building up for this for a while here, Aries. Now let's take a look at what is this? The Knight of Cups. Oh gosh, this is a strong offer. This means that maybe you're going to fall in love with doing some of the work that you were meant to do from a spiritual standpoint. You know, the Knights represent kind of new masculine energy. Might be a little kind of like, I don't know, what's the je ne sais quoi with this one? Maybe it's a little bit of like, hey, hi everybody. Here's a great idea. Maybe this is a new teacher coming in. Maybe you become the teacher. This is a great combination for you. This really is a great combination for you. So let me do this. Let's just switch this up here and let's consult the guided tarot. The guided tarot. The gilded tarot. I'm going to use English as a second language. You know, guys, it took me forever to get all the cameras to work in the right way. And then I started to record this. Son of a gun, I actually forgot to hit record. The first version of this was actually pretty hysterical. This one's a little more dry. A little more dry. I'm kind of getting through it. A little angry. I do a couple of laps around the parking lot, if you know what I mean. All right. Here we go. We're going to cut this up here. And again, we're going to bless this light and love. Here we go. Talk to us in the center here, Gilded Tarot. So we got the Four of Pentacles and we've got the Devil card. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Four of Pentacles yet again. Why are you so worried about the money, Aries? Like, what the frig? You're Aries season. You don't want to lose what you got. Ooh. Give me one more. Quick and sudden change, my friends. Here's a little tower action for you. Aries, this has got to be broken up. It's got to be broken up. You're putting a little too much emphasis on the real on the planet, right? The Tower card is either your best friend or your worst enemy. A lot of people see the Tower come out and they go, oh. By the way, I have a soundboard somewhere. I just got to hook it up. Can't wait to do that for next time, by the time we get to Taurus season. And by the way, I'm actually going to do another set as we get into the months. So my plan is to do months and then also seasons. So astrological seasons and then months. Oh, we're going to have a good time. I know we're going to have a good time. By the way, the monthly ones are going to be a little more in depth. This is kind of a great overview. Let's take a look at the mind. Now, listen, you got some great spread over here. You really do. Now, Aries, before you get upset that the Tower card came out right here, know that change is good, right? But here's the problem with you, Aries. You like to be in control of that change. So the Tower card comes out, you ain't in control. But you've got a lot of assets going on around the rest of the horn here. Let's take a look at the mind. Let's talk to the Four of Wands. Let's talk to the King of Wands. Are you kidding me? Hangman. Hello. Hangman. The Hangman comes out here, and I really like this. This is about your new perspective. So you've done some work here, Aries. You really have. You're still holding on to the purse strings, but mentally, you've done the work. Oh, by the way, that's one of my taglines. Go ahead and eat it. You got the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Cups does us a favor. This means that you're going to start sharing your mental capacity. This means that you're going to start to reach out into the world and start to show what you know, right? The Nine of Cups is about the abundance and the overfloweth, right? Kind of slightly irresponsible. Where the Ten of Cups is all about like, we have made it. It is beautiful. It is the rainbow. It is the mixed family. It is, thank goodness we're all getting along. That is peace in the kingdom. The Nine of Cups is a dude sitting at a tavern chugging and sharing with everybody. I got keys to the castle, and guess what? Bears on me. You want to celebrate by sharing your knowledge, Aries. Come on, dig down deep. All right, now let's take a look at the physical side of it. And don't forget, right out of the gate, you had the Eight of Swords. This is kind of bringing you into your mental capacity to be like, you're overthinking it. Maybe this is about judgment. Also, with the Wheel of Fortune, talks about the timing of it. So maybe this is a maturity break because now you're coming in with the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is traditionally seen as a bit of a lost card, but it's also that something could be deceiving you. Maybe this is a chance for you to take a look at your medical stuff and actually pay attention to it. And true to form, Aries, when it's good news, you tell everybody. When it's not good news, you deal with it. Three of Pentacles comes out here. That tells me that you kind of think something's up. You've been working on something for a while, and you want to kind of just bring it out of you, right? Pretty fantastic. Oh boy, are you kidding me? Ace of Swords. I'm sorry. King of Swords. Coupled with the Knight of Cups. I'm just going to go crazy and give you another Knight of Cups. Are you kidding me? Look at that, though. And by the way, look at the difference in the two of the decks here, where you've got the traditional Knight of Cups here on the Rider-Waite, and then you've got this rock star here. It's just beautiful. I love the symmetry. I love how it reflects through the water, where it kind of takes a theme and it just grows on it. So we're really doubling down on something new coming in for your spiritual journey. Oh, and you're going to love it. Oh, yeah. And by the way, the Pentacles, you've been working on it, right? So here's kind of my take on this. The Pentacles are kind of well placed. And the Pentacles aren't about money per se. It's about energy. So you're going to reap what you sow when it comes to your spiritual work. So if you've done the work and you've done the study and you've read the books and you've applied yourself, the good ideas are going to come, right? So now let's take a look at our light deck here. And what we're going to simply ask is, Spirit, where are you going to take us? Where are you taking Aries? Where are you taking Aries? And we're going to do this a little bit different. We're going to start with the mind. Then we're going to go to the body. Then we're going to hit the soul. And then we're going to go back to the center. We're going to pull one card for each one of the aspects here. Oh, yeah, and here we are, expansion. So your mind, you're expanding. It's a 44. It's an abundance number. Come on, let's go. Let's give me an 8. 8. Here you go, expansion. Boom! Mentally, it's like, you know, I almost want to. What's that scene in Wolf of Wall Street when he goes, "Yeah, I just a couple of bumps, and I just opened my mind." There it is, right there, sitting right there. They're all your friends. Now, the body part of this, you got some confusing, conflicting stuff in here. Hope I'm showing you I can read these cards right, because here comes some manifestation. Are you kidding me? You literally went with an 8 in expansion, and now you're at manifestation? What are you manifesting? You're manifesting your best physical health. By the way, that does combine mental. That does combine the idea that you can love differently. You're manifesting. You're in manifestation mode, Aries. It's Aries season. Why wouldn't you, yo? Huh. I really think that Aries are going to have an explosion of teachers in the spiritual world. Based on what I'm seeing here. So long as you get your arms wrapped around everything that you have on this earth, the money, the parts where you're tied and tethered to the world, that's the part, whether it be money, whether it be obligations. Oof. Because this card comes out and I love it for you. Boy, oh boy, do I love it for you. Visualization. Visualize. Look at that number, 17 in numerology. It's another 8. Aries, I cannot give you a better blessing than crazy 8s. I really can't, right? So let's take a look at the center spread here. We hit it hard. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles talks about got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. You don't want to expand. Then the devil comes in. The devil goes, yeah, you can't expand because you're over obligated. Then the 4 of Pentacles comes out again with the Tower. Remember what happened to that dog that wanted to reach for the bone in the water? They lost everything. So you, my friend, I am going to give you alignment. Look at that sword right through the heart. Defending the honor. Little kyanite right there. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Alignment, it's a 5. You got to change some of this core stuff. You got a lot to offer, Aries. A boatload of love. A boatload of abundance. You got abundance all over the place here, Aries. What in the heck fire are you doing worried about money? Worried about time? By the way, one of the biggest BS things that we end up saying to ourselves when we start doing work in the spiritual world, you ready? Are you ready? I know my worth. Oh. It's a very important building block, but we stop short of being able to say, but what's my value to you? It's a little arrogance here, Aries. Come on, it's in your chart. I think you can overcome this with a little alignment, little reconciliation, because you're smart. Second of all, Aries, you're always good looking. Right? You've always got something somebody wants. Physically, you start to pick it apart a little bit. You got some anxiety going on here. But more importantly, You've got to recognize that you are manifesting everything that you're doing. So what you put into your body is exactly what you're manifesting, says the guy that had 5 tacos today. Then, from a learning standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, by gosh, the visualization, that 8, that abundance card again, you've got everything that it takes. Oh, Aries, I'm going to close you down here. Thank you so much for being part of this. Hope you stick around for Taurus. Taurus, your astrological brother. I know you don't get along. You get along about as well as Cain and Abel. But there's purpose in that. And by the way, the astrological chart is put together. Thank you so much, Aries. The astrological chart is actually set up very well. Very strategically, quite frankly. Oh, a little bit of a reach. Oh, I went off camera for a second. Is that a Snickers? You know, I'm liable to like reach over and then come back and be like, oh, I'm eating a hot dog. This is always a time-consuming thing. I don't know if I'm going to edit this. I'm probably just going to go straight. I want to hear your comments. Like and subscribe. Share with a friend that might like this too. But tell me what I can do better. Again, be constructive. Don't be a jerk. Nobody wants to hear how great you are when you have like nothing on your channel and 4 followers. And again, you can have 4 followers and have a great channel. But you can't be a great person if you don't put the work in and all you do is criticize others. Let's talk about Taurus. I had a friend of mine that was Taurus. And by the way, Taurus, sun, moon, rising, here it comes sitting. Right? Remember how we talked about that Libra moon being a little bit of a pain in the ass? Well, Taurus, we're going to talk about you being a pain in the ass. So sorry. So sorry to offend your honor. I had a friend of mine who was a Taurus who, he was really full of himself, but he was really good at what he did. And one day, I knew him through work, professional, right? And one day, he got caught with his pants down. Not literally, but, you know, in the work world, he did something he shouldn't have done. It wasn't illegal. It wasn't bad. I don't want to lead into it, but it was one of those things like you just don't do, right? And one of the lessons that he taught me, first of all, don't get caught. I'm just kidding. But second of all, most importantly, was that there was an understanding that he really did want to do the right thing. So Taurus, I'm going to give you a little spotlight right here. I know you always want to do the right thing, right? But you get caught up in a little bit of envy. You get caught up in a little bit of that whole thing of like, you know, hey, I can I be number one? And then in the scheme of things, like they go, no, you can't be number one. And then you're like, okay, I'm not going to play. When Jupiter goes in conjunction with Neptune in Pisces, as tough as the moon is going to be, this really gentle energy for you is about your generous nature coming out. I have high hopes for you this month. So leading up to your birthday time, your birthday month, your birthday season, Taurus, I think you're pretty awesome. I really do. I think you got some challenges, whatever, we all do, right? You know, it's one thing when you love a cheeseburger. It's another thing when you love 20 cheeseburgers. You kind of overdo it sometimes. You just do. Know what I'm saying? But there's nobody that'll share a cheeseburger quicker than you. Right? I'm pretty sure Popeye would get hit up by Wimpy because he was a Taurus. It's just the way it is. All right, Taurus, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's go ahead and connect the dots for you here with this beautiful season of Aries. Here's the effects on you. Come on. How much of a love fest can I give you? By the way, another manifestation number. We got an 8. We got the strength card sitting right here. Leo energy, summer stuff. This is when you kick off. Rockstar. What are you covering up? What are you doing behind the scenes here? 3 of Pentacles. Either you're getting hitched in Vegas. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Is that Elvis? Or you're kind of planning something, right? Picture it. Month before your birthday. month before you really take off for your next year. You've wrapped your head around the number of years that you are. Age is just a number. And you have said to yourself, I am about to show the world that I'm strong. I love this right out of the gate. Let's take a look at the mind. What better mind card is there than the Ace of Swords? Wow, look at that, brah. Look at that. We're going to go into the first mind position. We're going to cover it up with, oh yeah, transition. The Six of Swords. So you know what this is? This is the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords. To me, this is the combination of saying, you know what? Your mental endeavors are getting there. What a great spot for mental cards, by the way, in the mind part of it. By the way, these are my reading glasses. Get it? I'm a medium. I'm going to put them down. They're in my way. But what a great combination. The Six of Swords, I mean, first of all, when you take a look at this, how far is anybody going to get with a bunch of swords in the bottom of your boat? I call that a poor design by the naval unit. By the way, you can tell I've been using these cards for a while because they're a little bit of a mess. Thank you, coffee stain at the top of that. But listen, the Six of Swords is really a great transition card. It's that you've actually learned from some of the stuff that you've gone through. Hang on, brah. Let's take a look at the body. Oh, this is a new routine. Knight of Pentacles. You found new love for yourself here. Maybe, just maybe, you have redesigned your time. And now with the World card coming out, this is about you completing a cycle. This is about you saying, you know what? I'm cycling. I got to change this. Maybe, Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus, you really like to do spin class. Oh, that's a shout out. Maybe you've rediscovered that if you treat your body right, it gets good returns. Let's talk about the spiritual. What a transcending card for you. The Death card. Scorpio energy sitting here. And by the way, it's 13. 13 gets a bad rap. This is where it started, right here. Okay, the Death card, and a lot of people get worried about this. But what you're doing is you're recreating. You're recreating things. A little Uranus energy. Why not be rebellious? Scorpio energy. Why not really do the work behind the scenes? The Death card comes out in this position to let you know you are taking a look at what you freaking believe in. Maybe you don't believe in love anymore. Maybe you don't believe in religion. Maybe you don't believe in government. Maybe you're a walking dichotomy of a John Lennon song. But you, my friend, are getting incredibly grounded. Maybe this is you looking at the practical side of your spiritual nature and saying, you know what? No more of the fluff and horse shit. I'm sorry, is that PG-13? Hello, is this thing on? Maybe you're saying to yourself, you know what? That preacher down in Tennessee, I gave him all my money and I just don't believe in it no more. He don't even call anymore because I told him I was broke. Okay. Maybe it's about you questioning that you've been through something and now it's time to start to ask yourself, who am I? What am I made of? All beautiful outcomes. All beautiful outcomes. All right, Gilded Tarot, I've given you a good mix up here. Tell us about the Strength card. Tell us about the Three of Pentacles here. Oh. Dan. The Magic Man. Whoa. I don't charge anything extra for the singing. The Magician comes out. You have got something up your sleeve, Taurus. Knew it. I knew it. I read people for a living. The Magician comes out here to let you know that you have the strength and the energy of all of the resources, right? So take a look at this card. First of all, beautiful work. You got the wands, you got the pentacles, you got the cups, you got the swords. You're pulling on everything, right? The fire, the water, the air, the earth. You've got all the tools to make this happen, whatever it is that you're doing in secret. And now I'm going to tell you, you're going to do it with grace. Look at that beautiful Queen of Cups. And there's a little puppy and your little dog too. So the Queen of Cups comes out here because you have dignity. You're going to be large and in charge here, Taurus. And by the way, just before your birthday, it's a perfect time for you to start to put things into motion. I love this for you. Now, let's get over here on the sword action that you've got going on here in the mind. You got the Ace of Swords, and then you got the Six of Swords. You've got some sort of spiritual learning. You got some sort of of karmatic thing, and it's in your head. You've seen your patterns. You're beginning to learn it. Now it's time for choice. 2 of Swords. Why don't we just put all the swords over here? By the way, Taurus, you have that tendency. You really do. You're just like, I would take all the swords. Put all the swords on my brain. All right, Taurus, calm down a little bit. Because here comes the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is a beautiful card here. This is reaping what you're sowing. So you're doing the mental work. So as you make a decision into something, and again, maybe this is just a thought process. We're coming out of a pandemic. What did you trust? What did you believe in? Maybe you're going through this and you're like, I'm putting in the work. Maybe you're going down a bunch of YouTube channels and you're going down the rabbit hole every chance you get. So when you find something, you go, I'm going to use my brain and make sure I get the right thing done. Oh, all right. Here comes the body experience. You're just going to take your ball and go home, aren't you? The 7 of Swords. This is lessons learned. You know what this is? This is waking up on a Wednesday morning going, I can't drink like that no more on a Tuesday, on a weeknight. Can't do that on a school night. It's also you recognizing that you've got to start to pay attention to your body. You got plenty of swords left. You're not going to lose any of it. Oh, here it comes. Page of Wands. New routine coming in. Fiery routine. Passionate routine. Remember how you had to sit at home all during the pandemic? You're like, damn, I wish I could go out. Well, now you can go out. Remember that marathon you said you were going to run so many years ago and you didn't do it and then a pandemic hit and they were like, I can't do nothing. Now you can. New fiery passion about it. Let's take a look at the spiritual part of the journey. Oh, I freaking love this. Are you kidding me? So you got the Death card. You got the King of Pentacles. And remember, we talked about this, you getting back to your practical self. Here comes the Queen of Swords. Some people call them swords. Some people call them swords. Well, here she is tapping into divine energy. She's holding her swords as if to say, like, yeah, I wouldn't do this. The Lady of the Lake shows up when you are at peace of mind. So, of course, you've gone through change and practicality. You have rationalized yourself, and it's time to celebrate. This is the Casey and the Sunshine Band. Celebrate good times. Come on. By the way, a little unknown fact, these 3 little ladies actually share an eyeball. I'll be here all weekend. Thank you for answering it there, Gilded Tarot. Great work as always. I think it's interesting that as I look at this Taurus lineup here, mentally you're doing a lot of work. Physically you're learning a lot of lessons. You're transcending spiritually, Taurus. Oh, it's time. Here in Aries season, kick ass, take names. I mean, Taurus, what is that any different from you? You good looking son of a gun. Oh. Sun, moon, rising. Venus, throw it all together. Let's consult the light, my friend. Let's consult the light. I love this deck. Nope, got them all mixed up. All right, here we go. We're going to create space. And by the way, we're going to save the end for the last abundance card. We're going to go with create space. So guess what? Your mental health is connected to this, into the mind. So you're going to create space for your mind. Maybe this is doing things of exercises where your mind is moving. Maybe you're into the part of your life where you like to do Sudokus. Who cares? Who cares what your passion is? Start to do it where your mind kind of chills a little bit and it kind of understands it. You got to make room for your thoughts, right? And if that includes daydreaming, so be it, Taurus. I know you're not a practical daydreamer, but when it happens, great ideas come out. Here's some variance up here. So with your physical self, variance comes out when it talks about, and I'm going to hold up this card because it's just beautiful. And by the way, you're going to click down below. You're going to be able to get any of these cards through Amazon. Yes, it's through my link. Yes, there'll be something in it for me, but not a whole lot. Quit accusing me of making millions of dollars. I'm just having fun. This variance, though, this allows you to begin to connect the dots between all the lessons that you've learned and the parts where you really want to go. It's time. It is time. And then, into the spiritual nature of things. Oh, yeah. So you're going through some changes. You're going to get practical. By the way, you got 2 really practical cards here. You got the King of Pentacles, and then you got the Eight, and then you got the Queen of Swords, and then it's time to celebrate. Great change on the horizon, because you, my friend, are discovering soul love. Little Barry White going on here. And who better of a mate than you? To yourself, of course. I'm not saying you don't pair and couple well, but I am going to tell you, in this position, this is about you recognizing who you are, what you are about, and where you are going. So here into the center space, you got your Strength card. You're doing some stuff behind the scenes, and you have all the tools that you need, and you're going to do it with dignity. Why not? Why shouldn't you let it go? How incredibly Aquarian is it when you say, you do your stuff, I'll do mine. I'm going to take personal responsibility for where I need to go, and you take personal responsibility with where you need to go. I'll meet you for dinner. That's the age of Aquarius, everybody. That is the grouping that we have to take a look at. Oh, so fantastic. And all this during Aries season. All right, guys, I'm going to start cleaning up here. I'm going to actually cut this down here a second. So give me 30 seconds. I'm going to be right back with Gemini. All right, guys, we're back. Here's a little Gemini love here. Let's talk about the birds and the bees, huh, Gemini? Listen, you're an air sign. That don't make you an airhead. You're a good time. That doesn't mean you're easy. Here we go. We're going to dive right in here during the season of Aries. Here we go. Right out of the gate, right here in the center, we have got the Queen of Swords. She takes out all the emotion. She goes ahead and dives right in. We're going to cover this with the King of Cups. You are nothing but fortunate, aren't you? When you take the emotions out of this, you really do find abundance and love, don't you, in the love category. I think we're going to start calling the centerpiece the love category. Center of love, center, it's heart center. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to evolve this even when we're talking. Let's talk about the mind. Oh, here comes the bride. Get me to the church on time again. Gemini. Gemini, you get abundance on top of that. I'm going a little quicker. I want to change up some things here. The Ace of Pentacles comes out with the Four of Wands because this is a combination for you to find abundance in what you love in a marriage and a unity and just enjoying life in general. Let's get into the mind. Oh, Gemini, of course. Of course. Of course it's the Five of Swords. This is about cutting your losses. So from a physical standpoint, you probably beat yourself up a little bit, but here comes a new routine. Here comes the Knight of Wands. Let's dive into it, my friend. Now, let's take a look at our spiritual side of things. King of Wands. Oh! The wands are out, everybody. The wands are out. Then King of Wands comes out because this is about the fiery energy of action. You see how he's poised to move? Your spiritual self is kind of like sitting there right out of the shotgun, and then the Devil card comes out. It's Capricorn energy. And you know what else this brings out? This brings out the idea that you may be ready, but you've got to do it for the right reasons. You might feel a little tethered. Notice how these things are either combos on top of each other, pushing or pulling. Wow, we dove into that one. Making this a little bit quicker. I know the people at home are kind of excited. They're like, oh my gosh, I can actually get to my sign before I fall asleep. By the way, if you fall asleep while you're listening to this, it's a compliment to me. And I also get my click likes up because you watch the whole video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. All right, my friend, let's do a little answer call. We're going to pull out the Gilded Tarot. We're going to take a look at the centerpiece here. All right, here we go. We have got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Why wouldn't you want change? Here comes the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords comes out for a whole host of reasons, not the least of which to let you know that it's time to action. Here in the heart part of this, and again, I'm going to look at this as the centerpiece of this with the heart. You take out the emotion, but you want the love. Then you take out the motion for action, and you bring in the love. Here is the Queen of Cups. Wow. What a love gap right here. You got the Queen of Swords. You can take out the emotion, just do it. Just do it. Just shut up and do it. The King of Cups comes out because you're like, this is good for you. This is about love. The Knight of Swords shows up, and the Knight of Swords sits there and goes, I'm going to ask her out. That's it. I have worked for this company for 972 days, and I say hi to her every day at the coffee machine. I'm going to say hi. I'm just going to say hi. Then the Queen of Cups comes out, and it's like, not only do you say hi, but then she turns around to you and says, what are you doing tomorrow? You want to go on a hike? Or something silly. I don't know. I'm really far removed from the swipe right thing. But anyways, Queen of Cups comes out here. Unexpected things of abundance and class and true love. Go work it. Let's get back into the mind over here. Listen, you got a love fest going on. I mean, just look at that. You got the Four of Wands. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Here comes the King of Wands, the King of Swords over here. Take out the emotional parts of it. By the way, you start moving away from the emotions from the mind. By the way, Gemini, that's a key trait of yours. How about some magician energy into this? So listen, your mind, you have a lot of resources. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you're trying to figure things out mentally, whatever the case may be. But that mind of yours is strong. You got a lot of tools and resources. You got an incredible sense of humor. You're incredibly well liked. You just got to see it that way. I really like that. What is up with the swords? Oh yeah, that's right. You're an air sign. My mistake. So you got the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, new routine coming in for your physical body. No pain, no gain. Here's a no pain, no gain card for you. The Queen of Swords. I feel like I'm talking about the same 8 cards. Yes, I shuffled. Shut up, Josie in Alabama. You be quiet, Olaf in Finland. By the way, let me know where you're from down below. After the Queen of Swords, here is the Strength card. Abundance. So your body really is a temple, even if you beat it up Monday through Thursday. Or I should say Thursday through Sunday. Right? This Leo card comes out. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Just so regal. It's a sense of dignity to your physical self. I'm going to throw the cards on the ground and really shuffle them. Here comes the Knight of Cups into your spiritual sense. So here comes something new. So the King of Wands, this tells me you're doing the work spiritually, but you're a little hung up on what's going on physically, or what the physical world is kind of getting in the way. So here comes a new way of approaching things, something you're going to love and enjoy, right? And let's cap this off with a lot of options. Here comes the Seven of Cups. Oh, I love this card right here. I love this card right here. So from a spiritual sense, this tells me you've got a lot of gifts. The King of Wands talks about you doing the work. The Devil says, but you're going to be a little practical about this. You also might have some hang-ups. By the way, this might be you overcoming some things in your spirituality, in your root. Maybe you were born into a religion that you were told you needed to face, and now you've kind of dealt with it. And now you're realizing that the world is really abundant. This Seven of Cups is really rocking for you, Gemini. Right? Pretty fantastic. Now let's consult our light deck. I'm having the time of my life, guys. I really am. Thank you for joining me for this. We've got some new things that are going to be coming down the pipeline, so I hope you guys really do follow us. Oh, and if you want to book a reading, just click on that link tree below. We got all our systems up and running. We're a little discombobulated. Thank you so much for the patience of those that came to us, came to me. I'm going to be introducing my friends here as well. Spiritual Connections is now a global company. We're kicking ass and taking names. All right, Gemini, we do it a little bit differently into this round. I move it right over. Here is some insight into your mind. Insight into your mind. A lot of deep thoughts, a lot of happiness here, a lot of new ideas, and you have the tools to do it, of course. Go be Tesla. Go invent some things. I knew it, Gemini. I knew it. I knew it. 5 card, it's a healing. I'm going to give it here on the main screen. Look at that beauty. Look at that. How about some healing for that body? Let's start doing the right things. Ding, 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 ding. Here's the reminder from Spirit. In your spiritual sense, let your light shine. It's a 45, which is a 9. You're breaking a cycle. Remember what I said about being stuck on your root there with this? Ding, 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 ding. I knew it. Center card. Here we go. Spirit's leaving you on a high note, Gemini. I knew it. They knew it. Enlightenment. Ooh. Enlightenment. By the way, it's a 43. This is, goes hand in hand with 7. You're a spiritual seeker to begin with, Gemini. You kick ass, you take names. Look at the love that you are around here with us. Listen, all right, fine. The devil card came out in your spiritual nature. Maybe you're worshiping the dark side. Who cares? You found light in it. It's funny when somebody gets born and raised Catholic, and then they turn around and they're like, "What's a little devil on you?" Don't tell my Lutheran cousins. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to be doing here a little bit of work. I'm going to be right back. And guess who we're talking about next? Go get your Cancer pants on. Quick at it. Oh, Cancer. Cancerian energy coming up next here with this one. I felt the need to smudge you. I'm smudging these cards. Oh, good Lord. I'm just kidding, Cancer. I actually smudged it between each one of them. So the Cancerian energy is coming up here. Hello, Moonchild. You immerse. Moonchild. Hear that mandrake scream. Don't you love the way we roll with that? By the way, if you like 80s song references, I'm your guy. Right out of the gate. Oh, 2 of Cups. Love, abundant energy right here sitting in the middle of it. Soulmate card, one of them. Why not rock and roll with that? But hang on, 5 of Clubs comes out. 5 of Wands. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. By the way, this is also known as the Lord of the Fly card. Look at that, they're just fighting. Who's in charge around here? I am. No, I am. By the way, a little struggle there with the soulmate. Hang on to that, though. Sometimes struggle provides benefit. All right, let's take a look at the mind part of this. Hello, Mary Poppins. You're practically perfect in every way. Mentally, you're thinking the sunshine of your life. And then you get the Ace of Wands coming out. This is new ideas. Maybe you're thinking about things in a different light. You're coming up with new ideas, new reality coming in. Physically, the body part of it, let's take a look at the Queen of Wands. You're coming up with new routines. By the way, in the tarot of the Rider, this is the only spot where the black cat makes an appearance. You don't think that the Queen of Wands is a little badass? Here's my flower, here's my cat. Welcome to my kingdom. Physically, you're starting to take a look at taking responsibility about who you are and what you're about. Here comes the Ace of Pentacles. So this is going to be a paramount thing. Even though the Ace of Wands came out on this, the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles together, that's a power combo, everybody. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles here really tells me that this is like, there's a premium on how you look at yourself physically. Spiritually, 9 of Wands comes out. Well, the 9 of Wands is about being battle scarred. You've kind of beaten yourself up about your spiritual journey. You might actually be looking at it a little bit more of a humane sort of way as the 6 of Pentacles comes out. Little give and take. We're not all wrong. We're not all right. Little wishy-washy. But in this case, there's give and take. All right, Gilded Tarot, tell us what we got to hear about. Queen of Wands again. Queen of Wands. Why wouldn't the Queen of Wands come out here? Right? So the Queen of Wands is answering the center, the heart center to this, that you have to take responsibility for your actions, for your what have you. Right? Second topper card. Oh, yeah, there we go. 6 of Swords. Painful journeys. There's your moon child, right in the background. Why wouldn't you learn your lessons in an emotional way? So here you go. You got a soulmate card, you got to fight. You got a Queen of Wands, and then you've got life lessons. Ooh, a little bit of love trap there, baby. All right, let's take a look at the mind. Where's our mind going with this? Oh, you got some choices. Two of Wands come out. Mentally, you have to start making up your mind where you want to go. Come on, Cancer. Two of Wands, you'll make the nurturing choice. Don't get me wrong. And then the Chariot comes out. First time we've seen the Chariot here in the season of Aries. The Chariot card, well, Chariot card is 7. Fun fact, when the tarot originally started, the Hierophant was actually the 7, and the Chariot was actually the 5. The Chariot actually represents quick and sudden change. Not so much like the Tower does, but it's kind of like something you actually want. You want some resolution. You want some things to change. The Hierophant was 7 because 7 is identified as a spiritual seeker. However, when the church started to influence the tarot at about 1650, give or take, this is when we were trying to decide where the church was going to be. Now, we'd already decided that, but who was in charge of the church? That's a whole other thing. But they literally influenced it and said, no. You move the Hierophant up. And then all of a sudden, all the decks had the Hierophant as number 5 and the Chariot as number 7. Follow me for more fun facts, everybody. All right, let's take a look at the body part of this. So you got the Queen of Wands, you got the Ace of Pentacles, and then you're a little left out in the cold. Maybe you're not doing the work. Maybe you're afraid you're going to lose out. You know, if you don't go on a hike because you're worried you're going to get hurt, you kind of missed out on an experience. If you didn't go to the gym because you might lose some weight, well, there you go. By the way, physically, though, it also means maybe you should get the cheese fries. Maybe you should dive in a little bit more, right? All right, guys, here we go. 5 of Pentacles coming out here on top of this. So you've got some focus here that you really got to pay attention to. You know, you got a couple of lost cards on top of a couple of pretty much like you got to take charge of your shit cards. So it's like Queen of Wands, you got to get into this. Ace of Pentacles, this is about abundance and you getting it done. And then you get the 8 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. You're the little match girl. The 5 of Pentacles is a little match girl. She's outside. She's trying to sell her goods and wares. She won't have anything. But look at all of that pentacle action. But none for you. So sorry. Please, sir, may I have another? No. So you got to pay attention to this. A lost card is going to come out here when you either have to make action or lose out. All right, let's take a look at the spiritual side of it. Hey, new ideas coming in. The Page of Wands, of Swords rather, comes out when you've got a new idea, really kind of immature though. So you got to be a little bit cautious with how it is that you present this, because you don't want to be in a position where you've really kind of, lose out. And your actions are coming from the 7 of Wands, which means you're battle tested. Maybe spiritually you're doing a little bit too much on the debate side. Maybe you're tired of arguing about the spiritual nature of who you've got around. Well, I believe that this is the one true Baba the Hickabahadahe, and I believe in them bear anybody. And if you don't believe in the Hickabah, then you're going to be the Hibbit in the Huda. By the way, insert whatever nonsense you want. Doesn't mean I don't believe that there is good and evil in the world. It doesn't mean that I don't believe that good and dark. It's just that story's been told over 5,000 times. We're just currently stuck on the Jesus matrix. Nothing wrong with that. Jesus is my bride. All right, let's go and talk to none other than our Oracle cards of light, because we work in light. By the way, we also work with Archangel Michael. We're going to thank him for stopping by right now. Let's see what he has to tell us about the mind of the Cancerian energy during the Aries season. Divine Feminine. You all up in that head of yours talking to yourself about who you is. By the way, it's a 4 card. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Simple math. Here we go. Divine Feminine. There's your balance. Boy, mentally you got it together. Physically you're sideways, with your heart you're a little bent up. But up here in the head, you kind of got it going on, Cancer. All right, here we go. Physically, oh, there's an awakening. By the way, not that this deck necessarily has tower cards, but every single one of them could be looked at as a tower card, as a magician or a tower. Here's an awakening. Really trying to draw yourself to your physical sense. Pay attention. Oh, yeah. Spiritually, this is where you're at. You are the universe. Well, of course, you're on a spiritual journey. You're done with fighting about it. You're done arguing it. All right. You're all God. Have a good day. Peace out. Mwah! Just telling you. And here we go with the love. Here we go with the love. Centerpiece, here we go. The authentic truth comes out, Cancer. Be your authentic self. Quit lying. Quit putting up masquerades. Quit saying that it's one thing and it's really another. There's true love in the center of all of this, but it better come from your heart, not from your nonsense. Wow, that's fantastic. Cancer, thank you so much for sharing your energy here with this. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm getting my routine down. By the way, I smudge regularly. I bring in bright light regularly. Say hi to Michael, everybody. Hi, Archangel Michael. How you doing today? And then he goes, I'm good. I've never really kind of had this kind of fanfare. And maybe if I had this kind of fanfare, maybe Jericho would have came out a little different. That's all I'm going to say. I talk to dead people, and sometimes they're angels. All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick cut break. I'm going to keep filming. I'm going to go ahead and edit this out. Gemini, thank you so much. And Leo, here it comes. All right, guys, we're back. Like I said, I'm doing a little cut edit here. I just want to make sure we move this along as quick as we can as we come into the Leo of the Aries season. The season of Aries. Fellow fire sign coming at you live. Look at that lion. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Leo rising. Time to shine, everybody. Right there in the middle of the summer. Leo comes in and tells us a little bit about who we are. It's the archetype of love. It's the archetype of the sun. We're connected to the sun, are we not, Leo? Now listen. When that conjunct comes in on the 12th, that Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces, high creative time for you, my friend, right? The Mars and Saturn, you don't like to be told what to do. Classic fire sign, right? You don't really like to follow the rules, but when you're given them, you do the best with them. Your attitude is always, just tell me the rules so I know where to break them. Am I right or am I right or am I right? All right, Leo, here we go. Centerpiece of love coming out. Oh, yeah, you are battle-torn. You are ready to go. 9 of Wands comes out. This just means you're kind of done with the fight. You're a kind of wounded soldier, wounded warrior. But as always, you will rise. Being the phoenix of the astrological chart in a weird sort of way. Don't tell Aquarius that. 6 of Wands comes out. This is about triumph. This is about getting right down there. This is about doing it with dignity. All your personality traits come into this. You don't mind taking a punch. But you sure as shit are going to come out ahead. Because that's how you roll, Leo. Let's talk about your mind for a second. Here comes the sun. Thank you. My regards, George Harrison. 19. All about a 2.0 here in a way. 1 + 9 is 2. Second version. Second day, the sun will come out tomorrow. My shout out to Annie. And then the magician. You really are smart and good. I mean, Leo, is it fair? You're smart and good looking? Come on. Come on. Leave a little for us. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm a Leo rising. Yes, a magician. And look at this. Look at this classic. Look at this. What is he, 12, 13? Who do you think you are, Jesus? Talking at a temple? Well, he's got all the tools right there. And by the way, as a representation, the roses up above and the roses down below is really as above, so below. The infinity of knowledge. Burning the candle at both ends, taking what's physical and manifesting it and manipulating it into whatever it is that you want. It's a true shaman card, really, when you get right down to it. All right, let's talk about the physical body. Little bit of self-love going on here. Knight of Cups. Maybe you found something new. Maybe you've got a new partner that you feel connected to and you're doing physical stuff with. Maybe a hike. maybe a little ice cream, maybe a little beepity beep beep. And then you've got the Seven of Swords, because Leo, like everything else, you can't just have it good for too long. So physically, maybe your vanity's catching up to you a little bit. I'm not saying you're vain. I'm just saying at some point you're starting to find the groove in which you can be in and be comfortable in your own skin and still satisfy the idea that you feel good, you look good. You know, darling, it's better to look good than to feel good. Remember Fernando? Fantastic, Billy. Billy Crystal, call me back. I'm just going to do shout-outs until one of them calls me. Spiritually, Leo. Oh, God, you're so busy taking care of everybody else. When do you have time to think about the spiritual stuff? Well, the Four of Cups comes out right here, and why wouldn't it? You feel like you're missing something. Maybe you're kind of stepping back into the spiritual world because the Page of Swords comes out. Now, the Page of Swords comes out here with this combo of the Four of Cups. Geez, I'm dropping the cards. The Four of Cups, that's one way to really mix it up. The Four of Cups comes out along with the Page of Swords. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This isn't your strong suit. Your spiritual nature right now needs a little bit of rest. Needs a little time to percolate. Because your brain is over here doing everything right. You know, you got the Sun and the Magician together. That's a power combo. That allows you to maybe take a back seat to your spiritual nature for a little bit. Just waiting to see how it comes out. Just waiting to see how it comes out. All right, here you go. Now, into the love column. You've been a little beat up in love. Then you're taking the higher ground. You're going to come out the way it is you need to. Right? Of course. Nine of Wands shows up again. Somebody's stuck in a pattern. Leo. You know what? You know what? I'm just going to love no matter what. And if I get hurt, so be it. I'd rather to have loved than to have lost, than never to have loved at all. Ain't that the truth, Leo? Ain't that the truth? But you're an optimism. And by the way, you're always taking the higher ground. And boy, do you love even wands, because here you are with the Eight of Wands. It's going to move quick. This healing heart is among us. Go love it. Go love who you are. Cut it out. Cut it out. Everybody's been hurt. Yeah, you're the wounded warrior. Nobody loves like you do, Leo. Blah, blah, blah. Get to it. Make your changes the way you need to and make them quick. All right, let's take a look at the mind. Oh, you're getting practical too. You know, Leo, you're always practical. You just are. Here's the King of Pentacles coming out, letting you know that your ideas are going to be built in foundation, and why shouldn't the Hangman come out? By the way, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to go uprights for these. We'll have time to do reversals later, but the Hangman comes out actually in a great position, because not only are you being practical, but maybe the things that your ego and center speak is, maybe you're starting to take a step back a little bit and being like, maybe I shouldn't be so, I don't know, Leo-ish. Maybe I should be, I don't know, not so much of an asshole. I'm not calling you an asshole, Leo. What I am saying is that you have that part of your body, that part of your tendency that comes out and goes, I'm sorry, were you all waiting for me? Quit being Axl Rose and show up on time, will you, Leo? Now let's take a look at the physical body, because you've got new love coming in. Yeah, you're getting through a cycle. This World card is coming through. Leo, you get hooked into things, you kind of whatever. Listen, you got to be steadfast with this, right? So the Knight of Cups, listen, you're like, I'm going to love this. Guess what? This is you jumping into something like, you know, I've never done spin before, or aerial yoga, and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to get into it. The world is reminding you right here that, you know what? You know what? You kind of done this before. Do you remember when you got the Jane Fonda workout tapes and you had to buy all 84 of them by the weekend? Yeah, you're doing that again. Remember a couple of years later, you got that thigh thing that Suzanne Summers had you do? Yeah, you did like 10,000 of those. Where's that? Yeah, you sold it at a garage sale for $10 just because somebody wanted to have something between your thighs. I know you, Leo. It's time to start letting go and getting your cycles together. Guess what? It's about to change. Ten of Pentacles come out here. The payoff is near. I think you break a cycle here. I really do, physically this year. It's a good thing. Let this Aries season be the time where you're like, you know, that scene where he goes, I'm going to keep it off this time. There it is, right? Go ahead and love yourself. It's a good time to do it. Your fellow fire signs are pulling for you. Oh, gosh, your spiritual nature. So, this is why I love pulling different decks, because you never know where it's going to go. So you got the FOMO card. You got the Four of Cups. I'm being offered something, but I don't really know, and I think I'm always missing out. Just shut up and act. Oh, then you act in a reckless way going, you know what I think? I think you're a whole bunch of whatever. Little immature over here, Leo. Which, by the way, your presence of self, of your mind, kick-ass. Your self-discovery of physicalness, great. The martyr turned actionable love child that you are, fantastic. Down here, the spiritual development, which, by the way, you're psychic as hell. You have that natural gift to be like, you know what? You're lying. Here comes the Two of Cups. Here comes the Two of Cups saying to you, why don't you love yourself a little bit? Why don't you find that mirror of yourself and start to develop and start to love? And by the way, this is a balance of male and physical and female energy. The Page of Swords and then the Knight of Swords, although albeit young in its infancy, in its energy, the Page is immature feminine energy. This is immature masculine energy, but you've got a balance here of male and female energy. This is really good. You know what? Leo, I'm so proud of you. We just watched you grow up from your spiritual sense. Right here. I'm just proud of y'all. Proud I know you. By the way, I will throw out every accent under the sun. I've given you a little southern drawl. I've given you a little countryside. I've given you a little bit of British. Give you a little Aussie. I got a whole boatload of Midwest. I have fun with this. Spirit works through me. Can't always explain it. All right, we're going to talk about the mind. We're going to go right around the outside. We're going to land on love. All right, here we go. A little sensitivity to the mind. So listen, this is sensitive because you treasure your brain, Leo, in a way that you're just like, I'm sensitive. Don't get in there. Don't pick on it. Don't pick on me for what I love. Don't pick on me for what I am. No. It's okay to be sensitive. By the way, it's a 15. It's a 6. Is that what it is? I don't have my glasses on. What is that, 15? What did I... Oh, okay. All right. How about it? Oh, there you go. What riveting work I'm doing. What kind of film are you putting out? I'm putting out the one where I hold up the card. But the sensitivity. By the way, whenever I see a rose, whenever I see a flower, remember how I called you psychic as hell, Leo? There's a connection here that maybe you should be working with spirit to help your mind develop. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. I can only make suggestions. It's called free will. You can do whatever you want. If I tell you you're going to win the lottery and you don't buy the ticket, that's not on me. By the way, you can book a reading down below. Here is a little bit of soul love for you here in your physical body. Of course you're recognizing that your cycle has to do it. Start paying attention to your physical body and your physical self. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Start paying attention to that, right? Now, let's take a look at where you're going here with your spiritual self. The cool thing about this, Leo, is that you never get stuck. You just don't get stuck. You really do work with things until you get there. So you've got this part. This is about your spiritual self and understanding where you're supposed to go. I actually think that if you're not already a medium or you're working with cards or you're doing some divinity work, you've got some healing stuff going on, because here comes the healing card. Could not be a better place than you and me for us in a song I just made up. Right in the center of the heart speak, the heartbeat of the Merkaba. Here comes your joy. Look at that. Merkaba table, heart, bam! I don't know, Leo. You just have the tendency of landing on your feet every single time. You mean to tell me that Leos are a cat that lands on its feet every time? Food for thought right there. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to dive into the Virgo. Give me 30 seconds. Woo! All right, here we go. Virgo. Virgo, thank you so much for showing up here. The carrier of the sheath of wheat. You are to digest. You are the nature. You are the prana. Especially when you start mixing cultures. Boy, oh boy, do you get deep really quick, Virgo. Thank you so much for being part of the journey here today. Virgo, here's what's going on in Aries season for you. Let's talk about love. There we go. 4 of Swords right out of the gate. This is a timing card. This is also known as a Romeo and Juliet card. I have never loved so much that I must have the pain of sleep. I don't know what the fuck I just said, but here we are. It's a 4 card. 4 of Swords comes out. This is about timing for you when it comes to love. But ultimately, this is about the love of benefit. This is the 9 of Cups. You want to share the love. You're ready for love. You're all about the love, but your timing, all about the timing. All right, listen, let's just keep going with this. Let's talk about the mind. I get the mind for you. The star card comes out. Oh, Virgo, God, you're all up in here, right? This air stuff going on. Listen, you're an earth sign by nature, but when the air really hits you just right, this is an Aquarian card. You can really get down with understanding what you mentally should be doing, right? And then you got the 3 of Cups. Listen, I don't care what they say. You're not crazy, Virgo. You're not. You're passionate. You might overdo it a little bit sometimes. You might do it a little overindulgent from time to time. You know, in partaking or in loving. Calm your tits. Calm your chest. I can't believe I just said that. My God, did this go out already? It's 1 o'clock in the morning, everybody. I'm going to make sure I get this done. The 3 of Cups comes out. Again, little fun fact, they might actually share an eyeball. But it is about celebration. You're celebrating the mind. You're realizing something about maybe your purpose, or you're realizing something about how connected you are and what you're meant to do, right? That's when the star card comes out. It's Aquarian energy. Celebration card. Physically, you're really understanding about something. Maybe you just understood something like, maybe you had an allergy and never really understood it. Maybe you realize that, you know what, when you get up before noon, it's actually good for your body. Maybe you should drink more water. And now you're actually understanding the dynamics of balance. Thank you so much, Virgo. Thank you for doing the work. And by the way, don't forget, Pentacles just aren't about money. It's about the energy of something. So you're putting the energy back in. You're finding balance. Maybe it's in work and life. Maybe it's in work and love. Maybe it's just all around for you. Oh, 4 of Pentacles. This Lost card keeps coming up. Aries energy is hard on people. Aries will challenge you to say, what are you made of? Well, in your spiritual sense here, Virgo, the 4 of Pentacles comes out because you're afraid of losing out. What are you spiritually missing? Well, according to the next card, it's loss. You're taking your ball and you're going home. The 4 of Swords are kind of like, I can see them, but do I need to be with them? This is about your journey. Spiritual nature of this is it's your journey. All right, let's do a little call with the Gilded Tarot. I like where we're at so far. Mentally, you're coming into your own. You're finding purpose. The love side of it, it's a timing card, but the abundance is coming. Come on, let's see what the Gilded have to say. And then physically, your body got a new perspective. You're finding balance in it. Spiritually, you're a little lost, though. You're a little lost here, Virgo. Come on, let's pull the cards. Let's see where we go. Timing card. Your person's coming. When we talk about this love here in the Wheel of Fortune, this is about the timing of your love, your mate. Holy shit, here it comes. Bam, you're welcome, Virgo. Pay the man at the bottom. The Knight of Cups comes in because your knight in shining armor's coming, my dear, my gentleman. And the Virgo male, when the Knight of Cups comes out here, like, I know that this is kind of 88% female, but I know there's a lot of guys that look at this. You're a really good guy, and somebody's going to see your value. Ladies, quit looking for a guy to rescue you. Start realizing that your timing and fate have to go hand in hand with where you're going to go with this. It's all coming, Virgo. It's all coming. All right, now over here on the brainwaves, You know, you got the Star card, you got high Aquarius energy, you got Celebration card, and then you get this. The Page of Swords. Swords. The Page. New energy about the brain, new ideas. Oh, you're a tinker. Hello, ladies. And the Empress shows up. Here's the beauty of the Empress card right here. The beauty of the Empress card right here is that mentally you know exactly who you are, you know your worth, and you're just approaching it differently. Here's a novel idea. How about you find value in yourself and find your purpose? Love that, Virgo. Bam! Physically, the body. Maybe you're doing some strength and conditioning. Or maybe you're overcoming an ailment. Maybe you're overcoming some things, and guess what? Tough choices. Maybe you're going to become a specialist in something. Maybe you're going to say, well, I'm going to do this and not that. Maybe you go through the McDonald's drive-thru and not get a large shamrock shake and an apple pie and a Big Mac and a fry and a Coke and a McChicken sandwich. Maybe you don't get them. Maybe you do walk away from it a little bit. Good job by you, Virgo. I love that card there. You're making tough choices. And by the way, you got out of your head. Are you effing kidding me? Your spiritual nature, here it comes. King of Cups. Boy, he's been floating towards the top of the deck every shuffle. Then where else are we going? Anxiety. Here's your anxiety card, 9. You're afraid to do some of the work. You're afraid of losing out. You're afraid you've lost. Here's my advice with that. Pace yourself. Go back to the center of where you are, into the love channel here. Go back to that. Go back to the mental thing. By the way, everybody, I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, and if you're still watching it and you're going all the way through, each one of these seem to have a strength somewhere and then a weakness elsewhere, right? Virgo, your strength is definitely what's going on between the ears. You're not crazy. You got it down. You're part of something bigger. It's time to act on it. Physically, you cleaned up your shit. Your heart just basically told you, listen, it's coming. You got to relax, right? You got to get there. The spiritual, though, bam, bam, bam. You are a prize fighter with your hands by your hips, man. Because you're afraid of working, you're afraid of losing out. The 5 of Swords, you're like, forget this, I'm taking my ball and going home. In a way, you're like, I'm just going to cut my losses. The King of Cups comes out like, you want to be the spiritual person, but the anxiety, a little bit of imposter syndrome here. Little bit of imposter syndrome. Because when the 9 of Swords comes out, this really is in your head. Right? All right, Virgo. Let's talk about what's going on with you mentally. Let us consult the cards of light. How about a little awakening for you, my friend? Virgo, I'm telling you, you got it together between the ears. You really do. Your mental game is good. Your mental game is strong, Virgo. It's strong. Oh. Some divine masculine energy. Take a look at that. Listen, you're getting into your, and by the way, that's a 5 card, right? No losses there, but tons of change. Divine masculine. Maybe what you're doing is you're centering yourself and your connection with the earth, right? Maybe there's that. But here we go. All right, meditation. It's all about the heart center now, isn't it? 8, it's an abundance card. We're going to put this right on top of the spiritual nature. Listen, you got to get back to some basics here, Virgo. Quit comparing yourself. Quit thinking that you got to keep up with the Joneses. Keep thinking, or quit thinking that you're not worthy. That's a thing. That's a huge thing. Okay, all right. Love card coming out from the Oracle, from the Light Oracle. Remembrance. It's an 11. You're connected to the angels and guides. Start trusting in them. 11. This is divine synchronicity. You've got to remember what you want. Maybe this is you connecting with the soulmate. Maybe this is you actually finding that karmatic partner that you've been searching for your entire life. Or maybe you just look across the dining room table and they're sitting right there. Time to celebrate. Time to work with love. All right, Virgo, thanks for tuning in. If you like the astrology that I've been throwing out as well, the complete astrology class down below. Get hooked into this. We got tarot stuff coming too. I know you guys like this, intuition. Come on, Virgo, jump on board. If you want to book a reading, go ahead, click down below. Get to the Linktree page. Find your best date. I'll see you guys soon. Next up, we're going to get right into Libra. Here it comes. All right, Libra, you're really patient and you're ready to be in love. And guess what, Libra? You're up next. Here we go. Let's talk about the Libra energy coming in. Oh, Libra, I love you. I really do. Let's talk about our heart center right here, the center of our heart, the center of the Merkaba. Oh, Page of Pentacles. This is a new practical way of looking at things. And by the way, Libra, what a great way. Listen, you're fun. You love to have a great time. But appeal to your practical nature, and it's pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. Then you get the Ace of Swords on top of it. So this is about a new idea. Maybe you're approaching things a little bit differently when it comes to the heart matters. Really cool about you, Libra. Now let's take a look at the mind part of it. You're into the Page of Cups. So this is a new idea of love. The new idea of like what you are meant to manage, right? Who you are, what you're thinking about. Why not? And then you come up with another Page of Wands. Listen, you got double page energy. This is a lot of feminine energy in the brain. It's a lot of understanding about who you are, what you're about. It's a reflection of how to go about things. So you're getting super practical, and it's kind of a new way to look at it. All right, now here you are in your physical sense. Temperance comes out. Oh, Libra, when you get unbalanced, that ain't a thing, right? Temperance is about the balance. This is reminding you that from a physical standpoint, you need an even balance between where you're going and where you are. This is work-life balance. This is love-life balance. This is also, you want to be on the softball team, but you don't want to play 6 games a week, right? Kind of a thing. And then you get capped off by the King of Wands. You love action. You love it. You can't not get involved with it. Not that kind of action. Will you stop? All right, listen, let's take a look at the spiritual self. That is Libra. Ding, 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 the world. You're working with some cycles here. And let's see what kind of cycles we're dealing with. And again, from the spiritual nature, you feel very connected. So this is new ideas coming in. It's funny. We're seeing this in the Aries season. We're seeing a lot of people find new ways to look at things in their spiritual self. I call it a trend. I call it an influence. I mean, come on, let's drop it on this. Your cycle has changed, but you're finding a new passion connected to it. 6 is a new beginning, right? It's not just the Lovers card. Everybody gets hung up on the Lovers. And Jesus, for the love of God, will you please put on some clothes? Sounds like I'm talking to my 15-year-old, my 10-year-old. By the way, 3 brothers, no pants, no shirt, no required. They're all good. It's pretty hysterical, actually. All right, let's take a look at where the Gilded Tarot take us to answer. Give us some answers connected to what's going on. There we go. One more shuffle here. Let's answer to what we've got going on here in the center, in the heart center. You got the Page of Pentacles. You got the Ace of Swords. This is about a new way of being practical, a new way of looking at things. Oh, yeah, we got a soulmate card. By the way, Libra, here you are. You love this. You absolutely love this because you're practical, if nothing else. And by the way, you're a ton of fun. But part of the reason why you're fun is because you got money in the bank. You got a job on Monday. And you know that if push comes to shove, you have Aflac. Click on the link below to get your quote. I'm just kidding. And then let's answer this. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, ding, 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 ding. Hello, Libra. How about a little justice action? It's an 11. More importantly, it's a call symbol to who you are. Balance of the scale. You're really in a place here with this Aries time. And by the way, probably because your full moon is coming in. Of course you're going to be all about the love. I love how this works. I love how this stuff works. Forget about the planet stuff. The moon is the highlight for you right now. The planet stuff will always have influence. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to tell you this right up front. With your full moon coming in about abundance, look at this. Abundance. New way of thinking things. Soulmate on the most practical of level. Libra, your ship is coming in, brah. Go to it. All right, let's take a look at the mind. Page of Cups, Page of Wands, a lot of new energy, you fool. I love it. I'm delirious. So a little Capricorn energy your way. But listen, this is about taking the leap of faith. By the way, this is about a new idea, something that's been in your brain. Maybe you're starting a band. Here you go, little Knight of Pentacles. So a little more practical. This is, as some of my contemporaries say, this is the pony that actually finishes the race. The Pentacles are about a practical way about approaching something. Look at all the energy here. In your brain, this new idea, this could be a new business. This could be a new passion. You know, you've got the Page of Cups, that's a love. Page of Wands, that's new action. The Fool, leap of faith. And then you got the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Pentacles. You got even balanced energy here. Oh, are you balanced? Whew. I love it when this stuff comes together like this. All right, here you go. You got to pay attention to the body, though, because here comes the Death card. Little Scorpio energy all over you to change. Remember the temperance thing? Maybe you got to address that, maybe happy hour doesn't start on Wednesday. Maybe the gym tomorrow thing is really today. And by the way, goddess energy. Come on. This is your potential. This is you getting to where you need to. Men can take a look at that and be like, really? You give me an Empress? Yeah. The Empress is badass. It's the feminine divine energy. But more importantly, it's about breaking a cycle. I get a cycle here with this. You got the Temperance card up front. You're imbalanced. You find your balance. Maybe you're in recovery. Maybe it's been 20 years. Maybe you got your chip. Maybe you got your pin. Or maybe, just maybe, it's time for you to really get down to brass tacks and cut the crap. Because the Death card comes up with the physical self, not necessarily to tell you what's coming. By the way, newsflash, none of us make it out alive. But we do have the opportunity to change. This is you changing on the principles of working with divine energy and divine right. Now the world, the lovers come out with your spiritual self. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands again. This is you being badass. Maybe this is you moving. Oh yeah, the Hierophant finally shows up. Listen, Mr. Hierophant, I haven't seen you in a while. By the way, Libra, you are practical. And oh, by the way, you do like to do it by the book. You have fun. I'm not saying you never broke a rule, but you got to know where the rules are before you break them sometimes. You got that in common with Taurus. But the Hierophant really kind of lays out a nice thing for you here, because you are going to get back to some of the practical things, but then you're going to be an innovator in a different direction. So you could take, let's just say you were born Christian, and you're like, listen, I kind of think the 10 Commandments are pretty good. And then the old Queen of Wands comes in and goes, yeah, well, I think there should have been 11. 11 what? 11 Commandments? Yep, I'll rewrite the whole thing. This is you coming at this from a brazen perspective of change. I love it. I love it. You're working through the cycles. You're working with the root. Blammo to blammo to blammo. I love it. I got to get my soundboard up because I'm just going to have nothing but fun. All right, divine energy, white light coming in. Let's talk about the energy of what's going on in the mind of Libra. First card up. Ooh, whispers. Whispers. So these are things that are ideas that haven't quite fully formed. Of course, you started out with all the page work, right? And then you're moving into the night. So it's a step forward. You kind of balance the energy. You move it forward with the Knight of Pentacles. whispers. Make those whispers into shouts. During Aries season, you're still in planning mode. Let's look at the physical self. The mind, body, soul craft. Listen, I'm going to tell you flat out. You know when they say your body is a temple? Well, mine is a Buddhist temple. But the body is really housing your soul. You feel good when you physically feel good. There's times for change with this. And again, this is not a blanketed thing. If it speaks to you and resonates with you, please comment below. But listen, this is about you becoming who you're meant to be and using your physical body for that. Right? Come on, Libra, do your best. Here we go. How about some transformation? Transformation card comes out with your spiritual self. Of course, your Enneagram cycle. You're finding new passions and love. You got the fiery energy of change, but the practicality of tradition. Time to transform. You're a spiritual leader, Libra. During this Aries season, you are a spiritual leader. I'd come to your church. I would come to the temple. Let us come to the temple of the scales. Let us be balanced on the left side and the right side. Can't you see the ushers going, excuse me, could you sit over here? Because we have an even number over here. We need an even number over here. Might as well have a Virgo do the seating arrangements so the OCD works well. It's terrible. I'm awful. All right, let's see what we talk about love. Oh, are you kidding me? Couple of soulmate cards right here. You're either going to remember you're with the person you're supposed to be with, or you're finding the person you're supposed to be with, because here comes the soulmating card. And by the way, it doesn't say soulmate. It says soulmating, which is the action of soulmating. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. By the way, if you don't get any, it's not Barry White's fault, and it's certainly not mine. The cards talk about it. You got to close the deal, Libra. Here in your love center spread, you've got a new practical situation going on. Maybe it's an old friend suggesting new ideas. It's all in the head. It's a new way of you looking at it. You got the scales of justice. You're due for it. You've done the work. You get a soulmate card, then you're told to go off and go soulmating. Oh my Lord. Libra. Might I suggest a date on April 16th when it's the full moon? How about you take a little lovey-dove for we're a lovey-dove? I'm just going to tell you this right now. You are set up to have a hell of a month. And Aries is always the asshole to you. I know they are. I mean, you're opposites. You're like, whatever. And then Aries reminds you, yeah, well, my full moon's in your time. Well, let me tell you something. This Aries season, take full advantage, my friend. All right, Libra, thanks again. We're going to dive right in next with the Scorpio. Hang on. I'm going to shuffle up a deal. All right, everybody. It is Aries season, and right now we're going to jump into Scorpio. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being your kind, energetic, private self. Scorpio kind of gets a bad rap. They really do. They kind of get their bad rap because, well, first of all, they do wear clothes, everybody. Like, cut it out. I mean, come on, for real. On behalf of all the Scorpios, because I hear from you guys often, by the way, like and subscribe, comment below. Scorpios, you do wear clothes. You don't not wear clothes, right? But during this kind of like Aries moon time, the moon is really where you got to pay attention to the water signs and how they act and react, right? So you've got a couple of challenges here, especially when it comes to the Jupiter conjunct with Pisces. You're going to be super amped up, super creative time for you. And of course, the full moon in Libra, you're kind of edging up into your time period here in terms of the moons and what have you. This moon's going to be positive. This one's going to be about the balance of who you are and the creative energy. So get back to basics. Just get back to basics. I mean, come on, let's just do this the right way, right? All right, Scorpio. So again, we're working with light and love in all of this here. And we're here in Aries season for Scorpio. I'm going to give it a little love. We're going to give it a little blessing. Oh, gosh, there you go. Did we all not have that grandmother or aunt that would just do the long ash and, like, get their ashes there? Hello, how are you? Look at the kids. They're so big. And then, like, the ash would go this far, and then, like, it would be fine. Like, you'd be, like, trying to catch it. It's like, And then they would do something with the kid, and then all of a sudden, that's when the ash would drop on like your sister's head, and it would be like, anyways. Sorry, just reliving my childhood. All right, here we go, right in the center. Whole lot of love going on. We got the 7 of Cups. Then we're going to pull out the Fool. Just like a fool in the rain, you got options here when it comes to the heart love. By the way, it doesn't mean you got a whole bunch of people coming on. Doesn't mean you're swiping right 7 times. Cut it out, Scorpio. We know what you can do. What this does mean is that maybe you've got a lot of interest and you're starting to realize some of them pay off, some of them don't. The Fool comes out to kind of say to you like, you know, you can do everything, but should you do everything? Scorpio, I'm your friend. I'm your best friend right now. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you're supposed to. Just going to do a little camera adjustment here. Just want to make sure I get the outer rim. All right, so let's talk about the mind. Oh, you are a bustle and a hedgerow. I am telling you, it is no mistake that I am absolutely ripping up all of the Led Zeppelin references right now. I'm actually working on an In the Stars for the entire band of Led Zeppelin. Come on, I mean, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Bonham, John Paul Jones, the creative energy of it, comparing charts. Are you kidding me? Like and subscribe now. So if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, get along now. Up here in your head, you're doing the work. You've got spiritual growth in your mind already. Oh, and then you are just making the choice of where to go in the world. This is a nurturing card. This is a card that's allowing you, you're being kind to yourself up top. You've gone through something, you've established something, you're recognizing that your mind is really an asset. What is up with the Queen of Wands today? Your body, Queen of Wands. New passionate things about yourself. Maybe this is a new workout routine. Oh, the T word, the Tower comes in. Look at that. People are just jumping everywhere. It was not a prediction at 9/11. Cut it out. But the Tower card is quick and sudden change. So maybe this is you addressing an old injury. Maybe this is you taking a look at your stuff. But listen, you're determined. By the way, the reason why you want to change physically is for the simple reason that you know you're going to get further if you pay attention to it. That's all. It's all good. I mean, it really is all good. All right, let's take a look at the spiritual side of things. Oh, Ace of Pentacles comes out. I'm just going to say gratitude right here because Scorpios tend to be the most prolific spiritual guidance people out there. And again, don't forget, they have the tendency of not only being able to kind of be, again, they get the bad rap about secretive and kind of undercover and that sort of thing. They also make really good friends and counselors. Let's not stop there because the Hierophant comes out. You're always going to do it the right way, Scorpio. Listen, you dabble in the dark side. You're really good at it, but you can discern like the best of them. What a fantastic pull for you guys. I mean, just right out of the gate, I'm kind of liking how this arrangement is happening for you, right? Now we're going to bring in the Gilded Tarot, and right out of the gate, new ideas. New lovey-dove. This is new people. This is new action. So you got the many options. So there's new stuff coming in here. By the way, love, the heart center, isn't necessarily who you're hooking up with, everybody. Put it away. Put it back in your pants. Sometimes it's about the passions that you grow with. It could also mean a person you're hooking up with. Oh, why not? Then you get the Knight of Pentacles. So what this tells me right here in the microcosm, this is about choice. This is about having optimism. This is about something new, projecting, whether it be a new passion, a new love, a new way of looking at things. And then there's a super practical way about it. I mean, let's be honest. When it comes to water signs, you're the least emotional. That doesn't mean you don't have emotion. It's just we'll never know it. You're borderline between assassin, serial killer, and world-dominating, compassionate humanitarian. You can't decide which. Depends upon what color pants you put on, right? But in this spread right here, kind of captures that, right? Options, optimism, new beginnings, practical approach. Bam, love this. So if you've got a new person, be practical about it. Start with a cup of coffee, not with what time should I leave, right? If you have a new idea and you want to kind of be like, hey, I really want to get back into something I love. Maybe I haven't painted in a while. Be a creative endeavor. Maybe it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to get the canvas and the basic paints. I'm going to work it a little bit and see how far I should go. That's what that talks to. All right, let's talk about the mind. The Fool comes out again for you. The Fool in the Rain. Again, this is about the optimism of you. So right now, you've got the Hermit, which is about internal work. It's about understanding. It's Virgo energy. It's very practical. It's also carrying your light, figuring out how you can shine your light for others. You've had something in process for a while. You're in the mood of making decisions. Spirit's guiding you right now to say, be optimistic. This is new, right? Oh, you're going to change. This is a major shift for you, Scorpio. Major shift. Major shift. By the way, also a Scorpio card. So this is reminding you, in your head, be you. You got to be you. Right? So the Death card comes out here, talks about change, talks about reinforcing your Scorpio values. Go do it. Work it hard. Now your body. New routine coming in. Listen, I know people get freaked out by the Tower card. Not around here. Around here, we embrace change. Even if it's quick and sudden and you don't have any control. Here's Spirit backing you up saying, hey, here's a new approach. Right? It's new. It's young. It's going to be, you're going to think about it. And by the way, I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but that eagle's flying high. Somebody's saying hi to you. You hear me, Scorpio? Oh, yeah. Boom. This is hard work for you. You know, you pull out the Ten of Wands here. This is a burden. You've been carrying this burden for a little bit. This is going to be a little bit of a tough stretch for you in terms of your physical body, Scorpio. But listen, you're in recovery mode. The Queen of Wands is telling you the pace right out of the gate. You're going to get there, brah. You're going to get there. You are going to get there. Let's talk about the Spirit. This is a new attitude. Wow. Ace of Wands. What a great spot for Ace. You got Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant, and the Ace of Wands. What are you, starting a cult? Jeez Louise. And then the Two of Wands comes out again. So you've got two presents of the Two of Wands in your head, now combined with your spiritual path. You get the 1-2, buckle my shoe. The Two of Wands, the Two of Wands. You're thinking about starting something spiritual. You're starting to dive right into the spiritual journey. By the way, in your head, the Fool card comes out. By the way, in your heart and your passion, you're about to become that creative genius you know you can be. There's a lot, Scorpio. I love this reading for you. I really do. Because I think you've been holding back for a while. You've just got to remember the physical nature of things. You got to remember when you're starting something new, like what's your reserve? Take a little vacation. Unplug your phone. Don't watch all of my videos, which you can click and like and subscribe down below. And then when you get back, you can actually watch them. By the way, there's plenty of meditations out there. Explore the channel a little bit. See what I got. Got a lot of fun. I love this spread for you guys. Love it. Love it, Scorpio. You're always close to my heart. By the way, my creative team is made up of a Scorpio, a Virgo, and a Capricorn because we get shit done and we do it the right way and we just love doing what we do, right? My music partners in all of this. Scorpio, you know why? Because we're always looking at something new. How do we elevate everybody? You know, I've been thinking about, do I have to carry everything? Here's a new idea. Here's new love. All right, guys, around the horn. Here we go. In the mind, we're going to do, soul name. I love that. I love that. So you're just trying to come up with a name, a title of what you're thinking about. That's all. We're going to land back on love. You know my work here now by this point. Hope you find it entertaining. Now, into the physical. The color card comes out, 40. It's a foundational card. Look at that heart love right there. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Scorpio. You got to start loving your body. You got to take care a little bit. That's what I see here. The Tower card comes out. God forbid. I hope nothing happens. I hope you don't pop something or you got to go to the doctor because you got a tweak and a but you got to take care of it. Modern medicine is an amazing thing. They probably have it, and you might not want to go on something or have a surgery or have it addressed. But here's the rule of thumb. The sooner you get on it, the better off it is. So quit wasting time. That's what this is talking about. You're getting it in line. All right, Spirit Guided. angel and energy messages. Oh, yeah. Of course, we're talking about your soul, your mind, your body, your spirit. Ask your soul. This is meditation work right here. This is great meditation work. And when you all get to meet my friend Nick, who's a Scorpio, you're going to really understand what we mean by asking your soul. Do that soul work when you meditate. Go ahead and take stock in what you believe in. Oh, in love. Time to nourish. Time to nourish. By the way, I love that picture. Look at that. You can kind of see the face. Talk about the face on the moon. How about the face on Earth? The guided star right there. Nourish it. Be connected. Earth and sky. Nourish yourself. Be true to yourself. Understand that you need to be connected to how everything works. If you want to really bring yourself through the love, you've got to have the energy for it. This is a very clear message for me. This is probably the clearest, cleanest one. First of all, I got a good night's sleep. By the way, now go back and watch Libra and watch me be like punchy because it was almost 2 a.m. Yes, in Libra, you're balanced, right? And you're like, there's some balance. I got a fresh cup. By the way, one of the baseball moms gave me this. It says, Coach Brandon, a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. I'm really proud that on my championship team, I now have 4 guys. You know, I coached them when they were 11, 12 years old. Handful of my guys just made the JV team. Shout out to you guys. And to the mom that gave me this. You take him to every practice. You take him to every single thing that he does. You support him in every way. I watch it. I see it. I love it. When I pulled out this mug today, I couldn't help but smile. I'm going to send you a message a little later on. Let you know I'm giving you a shout out on that. I love your work. Keep going. All right, guys. So Scorpio, we're wrapping it up here. Next up, we're going to get into Sagittarius. Hey, everybody, and we're back. We're with a little bit of Sagittarius action here. I really like this. By the way, if you like what I'm doing right here, go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead, take the astrology course, the complete astrology course. And I would be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about how this is going to affect you here, Sagittarius, this month. This is Aries. This is Aries season. By the way, you are going to get a little beat up, but not too bad with the Mars and Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. It's time to get your house in order. That's really what's going on with you, Sagittarius, during this Aries season, right? Jupiter getting conjunct with Neptune in Pisces. By the way, water signs tend to really kind of meld well for you, right? Generally, you want to make sure that you get a kind of a good, deep kind of understanding of things. You're going to be at peace when you get your house in order. So I want you to remember that, especially as you hit the full moon on the 16th, right? Especially when you hit the full moon on the 16th. This is about your spiritual path. This is also about your balance. For you, I don't think the emphasis is necessarily spiritual, but I do think it's personal. Just kind of my vibe on this, how Libra acts with you, you know, how Aquarius acts with you, how Pisces acts with you. Got to pay attention to those things. That's how it's really kind of affecting you. Good time to get your house in order. Just going to let you know that. All right, here we go. We're going to bless this again as we do. And by the way, if I ever skip this, just know I'm under the general white light directive. Archangel Michael shows up whenever he feels like. Just to let you know. Oh, here he comes. I don't mean to be a little bit crazy about this, but just know that I work with divine energy. I'll tell the story someday. By the way, how are you guys liking the Merkaba table? How much of a great find was this? All right, let's go to the heart center. Here we go. Oh, Sagittarius. You optimistic SOB. Nothing but love. The 9 of Cups comes out. You want to share the love. You want to share where your heart is bursting. Then you got the Chariot, fast moving. This is also a telegraph into the summer, right? Cancerian energy, 7. You got 9 and 7 right out of the gate. Look at all that yellow. By the way, Sagittarius, you have a purity about you that nobody else can touch. You've got those rose-colored glasses on at any given time. Yeah, you're a little prone to go a little extreme. Yeah, you really like your addictions hardcore. But you know what else? Nobody loves like you. Nobody loves like you. All right, what was that? All right, I'm back. All right, let's take a look at the mind here, Sagittarius. Oh, little conflict up there now, isn't there? Well, of course. You want to see the world through rose-colored glasses, and then you realize that it's not all that. Oh, you're up against a choice here. We did a little shuffle, but here's the choice card again, 2 of Wands. So you're taking this conflict in your head, and you're like, should I stay or should I go? Should I put up with this? Is it time for me to start to recognize that I have value beyond my means? Don't get in your head. Got it, Sag? Okay, Sagittarius. You beat yourself up. And by the way, with another fire energy coming in during Aries season, got anxiety. Knight of Swords. Again, you're up in your head. Listen, your heart's pure. The mechanisms are beating the crap out of you, though. And then the 10 of Wands. I can't make this up. So physically, you're beating the crap out of yourself. And you know what? I'm going to bet you bottoms the dollar if you've got Aries in your 6th house, the house of your health and your physical well-being, of course you're going to beat yourself up. That's the Aries influence right here. You're doing it by comparison. All right, come on. Give me something good here in the spiritual side of it. Come on. Everybody's got a strength. Oh, here you go. The Hierophant comes out. The Hierophant's got that strong energy, that Taurus energy right here, kind of saying, you buck up, little camper, because you got a purpose. And by the way, your emotions are in check with this. The King of Swords. So spiritually, you're doing the right thing. Spiritually, you're not beating yourself up in the old hokey poke, right? You don't feel like you're all hung up, right? So your heart and your spiritual journey are your strength. You're really beating yourself up in your mind. You're really beating yourself up physically. Quit looking in the mirror and saying, what do I see? Start looking in into the mirror and say, I am. That's Aries season for you. Let's take a look at the heart. You are practically perfect in every way. The Mary Poppins card comes out. This is a 9 of Pentacles, all about resources. You have the ability to love and be loved. Oh, and here you go where you're like, but I'm not going to do too much emotion because I'm just going to pull it back. By the way, Sagittarius are known for making commitments and backing out of them. Not because they don't want to, but they realize, like, I want to do it, but I don't know how. Well, this is you reconciling your heart and your head a little bit. You take the emotions out of it a little bit, but you're still pretty badass. Look at all that peace. You know what that is? That's a boundary for you, Sagittarius. Start getting some boundaries around that heart action. Woo! Love it. Love it. Lessons being learned. All right, let's pay attention to the mind now. Let's give us some solace. Come on, Gilded Tarot. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is showing up all over the place. This is actionable energy, by the way. Right? It's a fire card. It's all the fire signs. You are a fire sign, Sagittarius. You're being influenced during Aries season. Double fire. Look at all that wand action. So out of the gate, it's like, I'm beating myself up. I got to make a choice here. I can't take it no more. And then the Knight of Wands comes out and says, I'll save you. Go ahead, mentally be secure. Yeah, you're caught up on past issues. You got to let the past go, my friend. 8 of Cups, this represents the loss of, like, you know, you're an Adele song. I could have had it all. Come on, Sagittarius, get out of that head. Let's focus in on the body here. A lot of anxiety, a lot of burden, right? Listen, it's the burden of being beautiful you. Let's be honest. Oh, yeah, here you go. A little bit behind the scenes. You're thinking about doing something a little bit different in your care, in your time, in your energy. This is a new routine. This is a new health thing. This might actually be the diet. And by the way, when I say diet, it's not about eating things that just feel good and changing whatever. It's an overall attitude, right? If you feel like the cheeseburger, eat the cheeseburger. If you feel like a salad, eat the salad. If you're feeling a little sluggish, do the right things and eat the right things. If you're feeling a little over your skis and you're like, I can eat some cheese curds. And boy, can I eat some cheese curds. All right, let's balance this. Oh, fear of missing out. This comparison crap you put yourself through, Sagittarius, is cut it out. Cut it out. This Aries energy, this Aries season on you, it's causing anxiety. You feel burdened. You feel like you're not worthy. And you're kind of like really reserved, like as in, I know I'm strong enough and good enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. Stuart Smalley, take your physical energy, your body energy right now, do one of these. Just hang on for a second, because Taurus, I have a feeling, is going to be a lot better for you. Aries, you're going to kind of pull back a little bit, right? So, and don't forget, when that full moon in Libra, you and Libra get along. You totally get along. Totally get along. You're in great shape. But right now, you're going to take the back burner. But spiritually, let's talk about how awesome you are. This full moon in Libra is your godsend. This is time for you to do the work. Get out there, manifest the crap out of that one. I can't make this up, guys. 10 of Pentacles. So on your spiritual journey, you got the Hierophant. You're going to do it the right way. The King of Swords, you're going to say, you know what? I'm poised for action. I'm not necessarily taking it, but I know what I'm going to do when an opportunity comes. The full moon. You circle that calendar. You circle it right now on the 16th. And you talk about the full moon in Libra. Bam, bam, bam. You go manifest the shit out of everything. You got me? You folly? What a great layout. Wow. I'm excited for you. I really am. All right, let's take a look at the Divine Light cards. Whew, we're going to start with our head. We're going to end on the heart. Ooh. Love this. This card is about relationships, Sagittarius. Pay attention. The Vesica Pisces. This is the Venn diagram of energy. One of the sacred geometries. By the way, if you've taken my sacred geometry class, you know that already. In the Vesica Pisces, you are finding your balance with where you're supposed to merge with people, right? If you have conflict in your head, if you are really kind of where you're worried about your loss, understand that you had a karmatic, trademark pending, karmatic relationship with somebody, a relationship that was based in karma, and you were meant to have it. Don't get hung up on that. Just because you lost them doesn't mean that you have to stay there. What it does mean is that you have to recognize that it had purpose. Be grateful when they screw you over. They told you who they are. Am I right or am I right or am I right? All right, let's go to the top of the board here. We're going to take a look at the body. What do we have here? There is only light. Listen, you are the sun. You are... There it is. There is only light. Start looking at your body as the temple that it is. The beauty that you are. Look at that self-love right there in the center. Kind of looks like two crystals making out. Oh, anyways. Two crystals. So this is about the energy of yourself. Quit looking at your body as something in comparison that people look at and start vibrating on an energetic value where you can connect. It's over here. It's over here. Let's see where we go with the spiritual path. Oh, you've been doing some soul mating. How do you like that one? And it actually says mating. So that's the act of. By the way, 7, spiritual seeker. So you're really finding out your true self right now in a spiritual sense. That is friggin' fan-friggin-tastic, right? I really like this for you. I really like this for you. All right, here it comes with the heart. And by the way, when it comes to the heart, it's about your passions, about what you do, who you love, who you have in your life. Focus, a little bit of focus energy. Remember when I talked about that meditation for your spiritual journey? Applies also for the heart. What that tells me is that there's focus for you to be like, yeah, focus in on the heart. Quit worrying about what your body image is. Quit worrying, get out of your head. Get out of the conflict in your head. It's all about the heart. By the way, when you breathe through your heart, you only emanate love. Come on, Sagittarius. We love you for who you are. We really do. And you beat yourself up better than anybody. This card spread really showed it. So pay attention to the full moon on the 16th. This is your sweet spot. This is your time to connect with your spiritual self. Soulmating means that you're finding who you are and who you can be for other people. Pairing card, gotta go within, right? I connect with the energy. I connect with myself. I connect with my true, authentic being. I have to pay attention to my heart. Good job, Sagittarius. Way to show up. Way to show up. I love this spread. I love it. I also love me with a full night of sleep and a little more coffee as the video continues. Next up, a little Capricorn love. Ooh, a little tough during some of these transits. Let's talk about it. Here we go. All right, and we are back. Capricorn, we got you covered here with this one. Let's take a look at the effects of the Aries season on you. Come on, Capricorn. You know, you're known for your practicality. You're known for your deep love. You know, you're known for your kind of cutting edge, your fervent pursuit of not following BS. You lead the pack with practicality. However, you're a little more emotional in what you lead on. Psst, I won't tell anybody. But let's take a look at the love right in the center space here. Oh yeah, Ace of Swords comes out. This is about you finding something that you're really passionate about. Maybe a change of direction you've been thinking about for a while. And then a Page of Pentacles. Go slow. Why wouldn't you do anything than that? Page of Pentacles is that new creative energy into something practical. By the way, Pentacles, Earth sign. When you let other elements in, that's where you progress. That's where you heal. But Capricorn, you're always cautious about what you let in. You got a small circle of friends, but boy, oh boy, are you there. Come on, let's take a look at the mind. Oh yeah, your pessimistic self comes out right here. Sorry, Aries season. Aries having that influence onto you. And by the way, during this Jupiter-Neptune cross-section, you're going to find you're creative, but sometimes creative for you, Capricorn, is not the best scenario for you. What do you mean? Just give me the directions. Like, you can put together an IKEA shelf with the best of them, but if I tell you that you have to make something else out of it, you're like, screw this, I'm going home, right? Then you've got your Mars conjunct here into Jupiter. This is going to be a little rough on you. And of course, it's in your head. You're thinking you're already lost. Maybe it's a situation. Maybe it's a work situation. Maybe it's a love. A double loss. Come on. Come on, Capricorn. Do better. 8 of Cups. You're worried about something in the past. What is up with that? You know, maybe this Aries energy into these things really kind of are like, you know, you could have done better. You know, Aries has this high expectation of everybody around them on a pretty consistent basis. So when you start to compare that, that's why you're stuck in your head a little bit going, I'm the little match girl. I only have 8 cups. I don't have 9. Come on, let's pull this out. Guess what? Aries is here to help with you on your physical nature. The Emperor comes out. Mr. Aries himself shows up for its card of balance, progression, doing the right thing. Are you effing kidding me? Physically, is there anybody better than you, Cap? Come on, Cappity Cap Cap. Now the Empress comes out. The 4, then the 3. Let's just do a countdown. Listen, if the High Priestess and then the Magician comes out in this, I shouldn't call my shot like that. What are you, psychic? But the Empress, this is a great thing for you to be evenly balanced in male and female energy. That's what that speaks to me there right now. Right? You've got the rock star stuff of getting stuff done, but you're also going to stop in the mirror and go like, yeah, you know what? I got an extra freckle. It's fucking fabulous. You're fucking fabulous. That's what that is. You see it for what it is, and you appreciate it no matter what. Good job by you, Capricorn. Fast moving energy with your spiritual self. This is quick, great change. Maybe you've been thinking about something for a while, and now you're coming in and you're going, hey, it's time to make a change. Oh, yeah. Spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. It goes hand in hand with what's going on with you mentally and in your heart. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, just get along now. Right? Listen, this Virgo energy comes in along with your fire energy. Right? And by the way, this is kind of, without getting too far into this, this is like Leo energy on Virgo energy. So you've got this dynamic here where you've got to look at this and say, you're changing your way about what you're doing. You're taking care of yourself spiritually, and you're doing the work. This is a new teacher. This is you teaching. This is you recognizing that your light should shine in a different way, and it's going to come in quicker than what you realize. Good foundational cards here, Capricorn. Little struggle in the mental. But listen, so far so good. I got to tell you, I love the fact that you're in love with yourself. In a good way. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the heart again. Oh, yeah. Woo! There it is. Knight of Cups comes out. And why stop there? Listen, your heart's wanderlust. Here you go. So you get the Knight of Cups. And then you got the Three of Wands. Somebody's sweeping you off your feet. Somebody's sweeping you off your feet. Very uncharacteristic of you, Capricorn. Very unrealistic. But the Ace of Swords is a practicality to it, an initiative of it. The Page of Pentacles talks about how, yeah, it's new, but calm down. So if this is somebody representing new in your life, you're going to be like, well, what can you do for me? You're kind of brokering a deal, Capricorn. It's not always about love. It's not about the heart. It's funny, we're talking about the heart. And when the Knight of Cups comes in, this is about somebody sweeping you off your feet. You want them to do the work. Well done, Capricorn. Well done. Let's take a look at that old brainiac of yours. Oh, here we go. Temperance. All right, listen. You're battling some demons. That's what's going on with this. Temperance represents things like sobriety, but it also talks about the balance of your time and your effort. Capricorn, you're all about the time and effort. Pentacles are not money per se. They include money, but it's the energy of time, effort, value. You need it to be balanced. Remember when I said what's in it for me? There it is, mentally. Right? And then you got the Star card. Why wouldn't you shake a little Aquarius on this? Come on, the Star card, which by the way, this card is absolutely PG-13, which is just how you like it, Capricorn. But here you go, the Aquarian card comes out into your mind and you're starting to think to yourself, maybe I could help humanity. What am I missing out? The Temperance comes in and now you're starting to feel balanced. Maybe you're taking a look at your relationship with Earth and Sky. Interesting stuff here. This Aquarian comes in, and you and Aquarians do not get along. But for this to come in right here and go, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Right? Am I right? Here we go. Here we go. This is why we play the game. All right, let's look at ourselves physically. Ace of Swords comes out. See, one of the things I really like about switching up the decks is that you can get repeated themes. You got your Ace of Swords into your heart. Listen, this is about self-love. Capricorn, you're all about self-love. You're starting to think about how you relate to people, and then you're looking at this as in like, hey, I've got a new idea. I'm going to take better care of myself. And you're up against a choice, duality. Remember what I said earlier? When I said, what if the Magician comes out? And what if the High Priestess comes out? The 1 and 2 cards? The 1 and the 2. So in your physical body spread here, Capricorn, holy effing S. 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing that would have been better is if the choice card came out first. But listen, it's all good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your logical sense really makes sense to you. Your physical body really makes it, because you have control over it. You can touch it, feel it, you can poke it. You can have a glass of wine and get drunk. You can run for a mile and feel good about it. You can sit in a yoga position and feel connected. You got it all, your physical body. You are praising it. And it is logical. And it is awesome. Cappy Cap, I love you. I love it. You're getting your house in order when it comes to your physical sense. It's got to be logical. It's got to be practical. You're all about the self-love. You know what you can do for yourself right now? Get some Windex. Clean that mirror so it's clear as a bell. Right? I can't make this shit up. Into the spiritual sense. Now I'm pulling the Magician. Capricorn, I know that we said this was a tough time for you. But one of the discovery points for you is that you're going to dig deep into this. You're changing how you look at things. You're considering the Aquarian. Listen, truth be told, you're stuck in between a super optimistic and somebody who feels really compelled to change the world for humanity. You're sitting in the middle going, what the frick is wrong with you two? Right? Then the Magician comes out. You're starting to find your spiritual value. That you really have more tools than what you've given yourself credit for. And how about some strength, my friend? You're good enough. You're strong enough. Gosh darn it, people like you. So this is fast moving. This is you becoming a teacher, finding a teacher, beginning to challenge yourself in a new modality. Maybe you're like, yeah, you know what? I did yoga like 20 years ago, popped a hip, forget it. Now maybe it's time to revisit. Maybe it's time for you to develop your intuition in a different way. You are valuable, especially once you start to recognize your Aquarian energy. So you've got this Aries energy coming in on you, and you're changing. Oh God, Capricorn, you hate change. You hate change, but you're starting to have your mind blown a little bit because your loves and your passions are like, hey, I'm okay if I use somebody a little bit. I'm not going to lie, Cap. It's in your chart. But you're looking at it from the standpoint of, yeah, I'm down. You're at least open to it. You're open to changing your passions and finding new things. You're also taking a leap. You're on a journey. You're on the journey of the heart. Your mind, you're starting to recognize the value of it. Your body, you're like, I'm brass tacks, bro. Let's go. Let's go do this. And then here in the spiritual side of it, you're really finding your value. It's going to move quick. You've done the work. You've got the tools. Now you have the strength to use your voice. Let's take a look at this soul journey up here in your head. Oh, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. So what that speaks to me about is that, you know what? This is purposeful. You don't see it yet. You don't see it. You just don't see it. The Akashics have it written. Your soul contract has it on the dotted line. But this is part of your soul journey. This kind of self-doubt, stuck in loss, coming back to balance and realizing that there's a greater good here. Soul journey. Here we go. Expansion. Physically, you're going to another level. By the way, how about that for a manifestation? You pull out the 44, which is an 8. We're going to drop that right on the expansion there. Good job by you. Your physical body really is your sweet spot. And by the way, that doesn't mean you have to be so physically fit that you're like, I'm here to lift weights. I picked them up. I put them down. No. What it means is that you love your body. You love your vehicle of your soul, your meat suit. It's got to have bumps and curves. It's got to be a little bit here and there. You just love it, though. You look at it, you're like, Queen, I got it. That was so awkward, it's not even funny. All right, here we go. Oh, a little bit of enlightenment. Enlightenment on the spiritual journey. Why don't we just drop the Merkaba right on the globe and vice versa? We're all connected. You're starting to see that. You're starting to see your value of how you're connected with things. Inner voice. Here's your self-love card. Your inner voice. Time for you to recognize your own value. By the way, you know it up here. But then let's get practical for a second and look at where your heart is. Maybe this is helping people out that you didn't really think that you could. Maybe you beat yourself up on your journey because you're like, hey, I've got all these things I lost, but I have things to share. Guess what? You've been doing spiritual work. You've been elevating. Psst, I won't tell anybody. But I think I just told everybody. Boom. Love it. All right, Capricorn. Get out of the way. I know. You're just like, really? You just did that so quick? Well, I'm getting efficient, everybody. I'm getting efficient. Okay, here we go, Aquarius. All right, everybody. We are back. We got all systems go for Aquarius. Aquarius, this is an interesting time for you. You know, you just moved out of Pisces season. Part where you're kind of rediscovering who you are. And listen, let's not lose sight that this moon action, this moon energy is really important to you. You have the Mars-Saturn conjunct in Aquarius. But whereas things like Taurus, Libra, and Capricorn are really kind of worked against, this really encourages you. This is you saying, I know who I am. I'm going to be fervent in getting my structure squared away. This is you as a professional. So pay attention to your 10th house. Also pay attention to where you're at in your construct with your relationships, right? This is about kind of retworking things at your home. This is about understanding where you're supposed to go from a spiritual sense. I can't wait to see where the cards bring us. The Jupiter and Neptune conjunction in Pisces, a little mixed emotion here for you. Little mixed emotion, right? You see peace all around and you're like, yeah, that's bullshit. You just ate it just for peace. Right? You're going to call that out. Now, the personal abundance, and by the way, Aquarians, you love abundance. You work in abundance matrices all the time. I actually think that this is going to be a little bit of your connection with the spiritual path. I think the spiritual path is going to be a big deal in this full moon in Libra. It's pretty fantastic, right? So just pay attention to that as this is coming up. All right, light and love to everybody. We're going to go ahead and clear our space yet again as we bring in the Aquarian energy up against or with the Aries season. I'm trying to light this on fire. By the way, all the skills that you learned in the old neighborhood come true here. All right, guys, we're going to bring our light and love back in, and we're going to go ahead with the center space. Of course, Aquarian. There's going to be a lot of love. A lot of balance here. You are a hard-working manifester. No better manifester than the Ten of Cups. What this means in a personal spread, as opposed to an astrology spread. In a personal spread, this is about you finding happiness. You finding unity. Mixed families, understanding it's all going to be okay. Right? That's a beautiful card for you right there. And here comes the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. This tells me that, yeah, you're happy, but it's because you keep it moving. You reevaluate. Let's take a look at what's going on in the brain of yours. Three of Pentacles. What is up with the Three of Pentacles sitting in everybody's brain? The Three of Pentacles really is a mindset of like something in private and secret, something you're working on by yourself. Let's see what you're working on. You're working on manifesting. You're working on partnerships. You're thinking about them. You're like, how can I recouple with things? How can I couple with someone? How can I be present with someone? What do I bring to the table? That's what these two things are. You're thinking, well, how does that come together? Who can I come together with? I love it. Your brain's working overtime, as per usual. High Priestess! I haven't seen the High Priestess all day today. Of course, this is in your physical body. By the way, sometimes the old ways are the best ways. Get back to eating organic. Get back to, going for a walk. It doesn't have to be high intensity. And then there's the Chariot. Quick, fast-moving action. So you've got the 2 and you got the 7. I'm just going to point out, they're showing me right here, this is a 9. This is cyclical for you. You're paying attention to the cycle. So every single time you hit the reset and you go back to basics and eat more broccoli, guess what? It's time to hit the reset button and go back to eating broccoli. Ta-da! Aquarian. Aquarian energy in the spiritual realm. Don't forget your role. You're the slimmest in numbers, right? You're the slimmest in terms of angle for your house in the 11th. You're slimmest in terms of like the shortest amount of time. That puts more emphasis on each one of you individually. Why wouldn't you be able to manifest it? Your spiritual manifestation right here, this is a synchronization of not only what you're meant to do, but also getting paid for it, right? And by the way, it's a remembrance of balance, temperance. I dig that. I'm totally down with that. By the way, the triangle right there in the center of it represents spiritual growth, balance. And by the way, shout out to everybody that has a 9-to-5 job and you're trying to work in your spiritual life into this and you're figuring it out. You want to come in, you want to have your Jerry Maguire moment, you want to hold up your goldfish and say, who's coming with me? And then nobody comes with you. Every freaking time. Thanks a lot, Jerry Maguire. You're the template of failure in spiritual growth. Can't wait to do a video on that. But what it does allow you to do is to know who really should be around you. Aquarian. Pick and choose. It's okay. And if they're offended, it's on them. All right, let's take a look at the heart. Let's take a look at the heart. Classic. You're a little cold, Aquarian. A little tough to get to the inner side of it. Doesn't mean you're not full of love. Just means that your heart center is going to have a practical edge. So you're like, let me act out these 3 cards. Are you ready? Everything is perfect. Everything is great. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should do it a little bit differently. And then the King of Swords comes in and you're like, yeah, we should definitely kind of lay off the whole Pisces pants about this, right? But here comes Spirit telling you to be optimistic. The Fool card comes out. Maybe this is a new love coming in. Maybe it's a balance of you saying, I'm happy the way it is, but things have to change, right? This is you saying, this is a change card for you. This is saying literally, you might be happy where you're at, but there's more. You got to do a little analysis here. Got to do that. Let's go over to the brain. By the way, you're figuring out how to couple with somebody. I'm really calling my shot here. Because here comes your brain, the mind, the thoughts. The ego says hi. I don't know who that's for. But the Knight of Swords comes in, lets you think about things in a new way. Good. Good, Aquarian. You are always a pace setter for ingenuity when it comes to our spiritual journey. And here comes a Page of Wands. That's a new relationship. That's either an old relationship, buffed up, cleaned up, moved back in, or it's a new relationship and a new style altogether. Whatever it is, it challenges you. Boy, you're up here in the brain. Now, that 3 of Pentacles is you kind of keeping it secret. That 2 of Cups is, boy, you really, really want it. The Knight of Swords combined with the Page of Wands. This is you going like, all right, I need some masculine energy here. I need some feminine energy here. And I want to make sure I move forward. Let's think about it. Let's be practical. But let's be a little aggressive here and get it done. Love it. Love your brain, Aquarius. All right, here we go. Into the body. Oh, yeah, you've had this lesson. This just represents ups and downs for me. The Five of Swords right here. So you get the High Priestess go back to normal. Five of Swords is like, did I really just eat an entire pint of Chunky Monkey? Yeah, that's what this is right here. This is you going, little lesson love right there. Oh, but you're going to come out ahead. Overall, you're just happy with yourself. Go look into that mirror and go like, you're good looking, Aquarian. Who's the good Aquarian? Here it is. You're worthy. Your physical presence should be celebrated because no matter what the ups and downs are, you learn your lesson, you go back to basics. Come on, Aquarian. This is why you couple so well. You got that crusty outer shell, but when you get on the inside, you are a fluffy fluffernutter. Oh, fantastic. Let's take a look at the spiritual side of it. Are you kidding me? Old teachings. Aquarius, will you just become the teacher of the year? Come on, this is you balancing your energy over here. You know who you are. You're worried about how you're going to look in front of a Zoom camera. Shut up. You're beautiful. Then you have this, you have the High Priestess come out, which is going back to old understanding. You're teaching things about the soul. You're teaching things about the Akashic records. You're going into shamanism. You're understanding who you are. Your spiritual growth goes back to the basics here. And there is abundance. So you're going to take some of the new age and some of the old age and bring them together. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, come on. This is your love. King of Cups. King of Cups talks about you've been waiting for this your whole life. And now it's paying off. You're a lifelong learner, Aquarian. Depending upon what's going on in your ninth house, depends upon how emphasized it is. But let's pay attention here. Let's pay attention here. Maybe you see this and you're like, I got to sign up for that complete astrology class. Thank you very much. I added it in. Mwah! Click on the link below. But maybe this is also you saying, I have a culmination of knowledge that I got to share. I get teacher vibe with this. I really do. I also get you understanding it. But maybe you're just missing a piece. Maybe you're just missing a network. Maybe you're missing a community. Maybe you're missing your tribe. Welcome to Spirit Tree. Spirit Tree Pathways is coming. I want you all to be a part of it. This is where we teach and we learn one another. Where every teacher is a student and every student is a teacher. Yeah, we take each other's classes. We support one another as friends. But more importantly, we know that everybody has knowledge to share. Come on, guys, get there. All right, let's get over to the brain. We're going to end on the heart. Looking over here in the brain. And by the way, I can make this up as I go along. I talk to dead people, okay? How about a little visualization? By the way, a little manifestation love going on there. 1 + 7 is 8. Visualize. So this is you mentally being prepared. You got great balance in your male and female energy. Yeah, you're keeping it a little bit behind the scenes, but you want to do it right. You want to be able to bring value to something or somebody. I love it. Start to visualize it. Manifest it. Get going. Aquarian, you are the ultimate manifester. Just telling you. All right, alignment. Of course. Of course, this is your physical body. So once again, you're not afraid to change. Here you go. Alignment. Of course. And by the way, the Chariot, when the Chariot takes off, it's even energy. It's the light and the dark. It's the good and the bad. It allows you, it gives you the tools to be able to accept it. Remember when I talked about shamanism? With the spiritual growth? The divine animals come out. This means you're going back to basics. You're paying attention to what your role is here on Earth. Manifesting number 22, everybody. Paging 22. 22, please come in. Aquarian is looking for you. I love this card right here. I love everything about these. These spreads have taken off. I need more sleep. When I get sleep, I really connect well. Lesson learned. Sorry, Libra. I saw your imbalance. All right. I don't drink, but I play one when I go on YouTube. All right. And then let's talk about love. Love, love. Aquarian, I'm not going to lecture you. I'm not going to talk about how nobody loves like you do. I'm not going to say that you don't, PDA is not your thing. But being able to have your person's back is a really important thing. And then you realize somewhere through all of this that you're really, without a narcissistic vibe, you're in love with yourself. And you realize that you're the gift of the world. What a great card. Grounding. You're grounded. You're going to approach everything that you love and you enjoy from a true practical sense. Aquarius, listen, pay attention on that full moon. There's some action there for you. Right? It's in Libra. You kind of get along. But really pay attention to that action with the Saturn or with the Mars conjunct with Jupiter. That's a really important time for you. It's in your sign. It's in your 11th house. It's time to be passionate about new beginnings and new connections with people. That's what you're thinking about over here, right? Your self-reflection of self, you're like, hey, I'm in alignment. I know who I am. So go back to this and be like, how can I connect? You're supposed to teach. You're supposed to raise your bar. By the way, do everything as you always do in love. Practical, genuine love. All right, coming up next, we're going to bring it home with Pisces. I'm a little partial. Here we go. All right, everybody. One more trip around the sun. Here we go. We're going to love and light it as we bring in Pisces, 12th house coming in. Piscean energy. Boy, do we love we're the two fish. We're in the age of Pisces, headed towards the age of Aquarius. Thank you very much. Let's love us as we go. Let's learn to understand our personal value as opposed to everything that we're supposed to be codependent on. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the love center. Oh, our first moon of the day. Of course, it's going to be a deep emotional thing. By the way, Pisces, we love to cry in the middle of the night when nobody's looking. I know that. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about you, Pisces, not me. Pisces, Leo rising, Aquarius moon. Here we go. The moon card comes out. It's about secret desires. This is about understanding who you are, finding your true love, your true connection. It runs deep. You want an emotional connection with yourself and others. Then the judgment card comes out. 2.0. By the way, this is the 20 card. And a lot of people think judgment is the literal judgment. It could be. Is that people's butts? Are they coming out of a coffin? It's a little creepy, Ryder, but here we are. The judgment card to me, and especially in this position, really talks about a new version of yourself. People are starting to realize that your love has kind of been a little quiet. Time to reveal. Time to let it out. Time to show off. All right, let's get into that head of yours. Pisces, sometimes being in your head is a little tough. We just came off a Pisces season, right? Now we're going into Aries season. Guess what? There's a lot of practical energy coming into this. Some true masculine, true energy. Maybe it's a new mindset. I know there's one for me. Just sharing a little bit. Sharing a little personal journey into this. And then you get the Queen of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? You've nurtured this. This has come along for a long way. So you got masculine, new energy, new way to approach things. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. You're going back to some old practical ways. As in like, well, of course this is supposed to be this way. Ding, ding, da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. All right, let's take a look at the body. Timing. It's time to pass the drive-through, Pisces. I may have a little self-reflection into that. I'm working on it. But the timing part of this is you got to accept things for where they're at when they're at there, right? But you got self-love, you sexy bastard. You look right at yourself in the mirror and you're like, yeah, well, I might not be a 10, but I'm the most gorgeous 8 you've ever seen, right? There's some self-love, some self-reflection about how you take care of your body. It's time to kind of pay attention to it again. Now, your spiritual sense, what a new masculine direction this is. Fiery energy, this is new perspective coming in for your spiritual self. I know it has for me. This reading kind of reflects myself, but I'm going to go in other places. Holy S. And why shouldn't it be the 8 of Wands? Strong, fiery energy. Thank you very much, Aries season. You're helping us through the spiritual growth, the spiritual path. Maybe this is doing something new in a better way. I know personally, I have met you all through this beautiful platform called YouTube. I'm not praising them. I'm just honoring it. That's what's changed for me. What's changed for you? What are you looking at differently? How are you seeing your spiritual self? Is there an evolution coming in? Is there a new paradigm for yourself? giving this one more quick shuffle. I never want to give the appearance that maybe I stacked the cards or whatever the case may be. I am completely stream of consciousness, so I am going to work this. I'm going to work this in the moment. I'd rather get it wrong and be corrected later and understand this. Oh, here comes some love, Pisces. Some love you're worthy of, right? So celebration. Your heart, listen, your secrets are coming through. You're worried of judgment. Here's your outcome. Celebration. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Practical. Practical foundation. You really are about the family. You really are about taking care of others. But you got to be happy. You're worried of that judgment. Time to rip off whatever it is in secret. Here you go. Here you go. Hello, mind. Here comes the Magician. The Magician speaks to the practical nature of the masculine energy of practicality, new direction, new line of thinking. And then the Queen of Pentacles, which is you've been nurturing this for a while. You're going back to some basics. You're going to take care of yourself mentally. And the Magician is that you have the tools in order to do it. Here comes another Page of Wands. Holy Toledo. A lot of Page of Wands today. I did shuffle, everybody. I shuffle. Right? So you've got these two dynamics here where you're really, truly part of like what you are. Where you've done this work behind the scenes and you're being practical. And listen, we're not pulling out, the Five of Cups here. Your lessons are learned. Mentally, you've let a lot of stuff go. You've got the tools to be mentally strong. And you've got a new page, the Page of Wands is a new direction. Goes back to the practical side of it. I like this, fiery and practical. Physically, your body. Knight of Wands. Oh my God, it's almost like I'm playing with a pinochle deck for crying out loud. I am shuffling. Right? Your body, you got to just approach this not necessarily, yeah, you got the King of Cups, yeah, I love it, but here's a reminder from Spirit. Get practical, you SOB. Come on, do it the right way, just do it. And then the World card, it's the end of a cycle. It's time to quit beating yourself up. Time to actually be healthy. Come on. Pisces, that's your weak spot. You got bad feet. I got a boot to prove it. Right? So start taking care of yourself. Start taking care of what it is that you're doing. This is pretty cool. All right, your spiritual journey. Let's talk about this. Page of Wands, new attitude, new direction, and it's going to move quick. King of Cups comes out. It's a pinochle deck. The King of Cups comes out because you love it. I love my journey. I can speak about this because I'm Pisces. What's that joke about, if you're a comedian, you can talk about your own ethnic group? Well, this is my own ethnic group. This is my Pisces. I'm a Piscean. I get shit done because I'm a Leo rising. I got Taurus in the 10th house. Mars and Capricorn. I work my tail off. I get it done. All right, so what else do we need here? What else do we need to know? Queen of Wands, forget it. Forget it. Everybody around spiritually, their mind just freaking exploded. Spiritually, this is about growth. This is about being badass. This is about progressing a new trail. This is about a new way of thinking. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to plug it without getting there. I already bought the name. Spiritual Pathways is going to be a great place for learning spiritual growth, intuition, shamanism, tarot, astrology. Put together pieces of the soul, the practical tools of meditation, understanding those crystals and why the hell you carry them around. Everything all balled up into one, in one spot. I've done it on a local level for a long time, and this really kind of speaks to this gives me more encouragement than I got good people around me. This spreads about me. I mean, Pisces, please, it's our time. It's time for us to get out of the emotional part of it and start using practical natured things, right? Pay attention to your body. We suck. I mean, if there's a drive-through, we're in it, right? Tommy, I like wingies. I like wingies. But the spiritual part and the part of the heart, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to find your own happiness and be practical. No more hiding. And then the spiritual path and all of this. I can't wait to see these energetic mentions of the soul. Ugh. I will not be Pisces right now. I will, however, be very real and say it's. I know it's my time, and thank you guys for liking, following, subscribing. I hope you find these things riveting, and thank you for the constructive feedback. The Pisces in me is a little bit tough. You suck, dude. Like, okay, come on. What are you, 5? The ones that I really like are the ones where you're like, well, you know, you talk a little bit about this. I'd like to see you talk more about this. Maybe a full video. Okay, thank you. Hey, you know, you say and ah a lot. Well, that's just public speaking 101. I got it. I'll get there. I'm a little nervous. Even though I've spoken in front of thousands of people, ran $1 million desks and all that other stuff. I'm living in my truth. And here we go. All right, give us an answer on what's going on in the brain. Yeah, you're going to create space. Of course you are. By the way, it's at 11. Call in your divine energy. Thank you very much, Divine Archangel Michael. Thank you for showing up and giving me a little direction here. You're creating your space in your head. What's that old saying? If somebody takes space in your brain, you should be charging them rent or something along with that line. And if you're not getting rent from them, if you're not getting a return on that energy, a concept I'm going to talk about a lot. Return on energy is when you give something to something and you get it back. And again, it's not a broker deal. That's doing business. What I'm talking about is if I hold the door open and my expectation is that somebody says thank you and they don't say thank you, I can't be upset about it because I did it for my own fruition. But if I don't get that, I'm not going to open the door for that person again. Screw you. I've opened the doors for a lot of people. Some of them bit my hand. I learned those lessons. Now my mindset is I have to create space and figure out the difference between the two of them. Mind and body. So here you go. I love this card for the body. Yes, I'm reading myself. Soulcraft. What that tells me is, yeah, we kind of make it up as we go along. We're a pescatarian, vegetarian with a side of steak. That's who we is. We butcher the English language because we butcher our physical bodies. We're a train wreck. Pisces are a freaking train wreck. Physically. Mentally, we're like, oh, I just want to give him a hug. You know why I'm a good hugger? A lot of layers. What did I say about getting sleep? All right, spiritual path. Let's talk about the mind, the body, the soul, spirit. It's all about the soul love, 33. It's a 6, life path 6 right here. So, listen, Archangel Michael just kind of took over this reading. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we're under control of a foreign substance. And that foreign substance is Archangel Michael. Thank you very much, Archangel Michael. 33, manifestation number 6, new beginnings. Thank you for taking me on this path, Michael. It's pretty kick-ass. Thank you for bringing me the people that I have around me. They are incredible. That Queen of Wands is everything to me. That King of Cups is everything to me. What a great way to end this. Manifestation in the heart. 7, it's a divine journey. It's a seek for truth. No more hiding. No more fear of judgment. Happiness. Practicality. Manifestation. It's a 7. There's a lot in this for me. I'm pausing because I'm absorbing. But Pisces, pay attention. You've done the work mentally. You've learned your lessons, right? Physically, it's an ongoing battle. It's a train wreck. It's a storm front. It's all good. Listen, you're Pisces, you'll be the type of person that says, yeah, I'm on the latest keto, da-da-da-da-da. And then you're like, did you just eat a croissant? And then you're like, well, new studies have shown. Anyways. Soul love comes in to your tribe, to your work, to your passion, to your spiritual journey. You are worthy of soul love. Then the centerpiece of love, you are manifesting the love you were meant to have. Come on, guys. To somebody on a journey, this whole thing could be a tower moment. To somebody that's done the work and recognizing that you're ready to come out the other side, Pisces, this Aries season gives you the fiery energy to get you to a boiling point. Go learn it. By the way, you are going to manifest the living shit out of things come the full moon. April 17th, that's a sweet spot for you. Right? Sin Libra, you're getting back into balance. Personal and professional. Bam, bam. Thank you very much. Right? The Mars into Jupiter, okay, fine. You got to pay attention. You got to deal with it. You got to get yourself to a point where you can find some inner peace. These windows are yours for the taking, Pisces. It's actually a really good feel. And traditionally, you don't get along with the Aries energy, but you always know how to work with it to get to where you need to, whether they be in lessons or blessings. Thank you very much, Aries, for being a part of this. Right? So here you go, guys. I want to thank you for being part of my journey here. I want to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Share with somebody who appreciates this. Tag somebody who you know that is any one of the astrological signs. Tell them where to point it out. When it first gets uploaded, it's going to take me a little bit just to kind of get the links in there. But I know a lot of you guys jump on my premieres now. I appreciate you. Help this channel grow. Support our Empath Rising campaign. We're still currently supporting Ukraine refugees. It's been a month plus now. Let's start to show our support in other ways. Wear that shirt. By the way, take a picture of it. Put it on social media. Tag us. You may win a free reading during the month, during Aries season. A little bit of a contest I'm throwing at everybody right now. My marketing team just scrambled, but they're like, what a great idea. Could you tell us before you do it? So click like, subscribe, tag somebody. I will pick somebody at random for a half-hour get-together. I love you guys, but you got to be clear. You got to go Empath Rising and then tag me, comedian Brandon Rose. Get me out there. All right, guys, thank you so much. I want to thank you guys for being part of my journey. And since we can't hug and handshake right now, we're going to do the heart tap. Tell each other we love and care for one another. And to remind each other that on this journey, to simply keep going. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Tell me what you think about this segment. Mwah!